Will you do intro?
Hello, guys. Sorry for the delay, but welcome back to the final day of Resurgence. It's going to be Skirmishers versus Punchline, and I have with me Stark on the casting crew. We're going to be casting alongside each other. So, what do you think about this, Stark?
Yeah, we saw last time this matchup happened. Punchline beat Skirmishers 3-0, but then we didn't have the full lineup of Punchline. Right? Kale was not there, and we had people playing on their off roles. So
Hmm.
let's see. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. We know that Punchline have some issues with things as they are from different countries, but I don't think that's going to affect much this time. Hopefully, there's not much of remix because it's just
Yep,
going to
yep,
get even more
true.
delayed. But yeah, hopefully matches go start well, and we're going to have exciting finals for the tournament, which has taken 1 month to complete.
Yeah. This has been a beautiful journey so far, like the teams, right? Especially in the lower bracket, right? We have seen so many teams coming up, right? Like there were so
Mhm.
many teams that we didn't expect them to reach this far, but we have seen the quality of the player, the quality of the team, right? So this puts Wildlife in a really good position, right? For all the teams, right? This puts everybody in a really good position. So I'm really excited to see this match, and especially it has been a long journey so far. This is the finale. This is going to be seven. Yeah, so what do you think? Are we going to go to best of seven, or do you think it's going to be a clean wipeout?
I think it might be a wipeout now that Kale is here, but let's see. I'm a little bit biased because these are my team boys. So
Mhm.
let's see. I think it's going to be climactic because the name Resurgence, and we're looking at Skirmishers play the same team that lost to, and let's see whether they actually have a
Mhm.
resurgence to get back the win.
Yep. This might even be like a revenge match coming off from skirmishes, right? Because they have tasted each other, right? They have touched each other, and they
Taste.
know like what. Yeah, like both of them, both the teams know like what they're capable of, right? So I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
it's going to be exciting. But let's see. But like you said, Kyle is there, so this is going to be a totally different team, right? In the beginning, it wasn't there, but yeah, now they have it. And also talking on the side of Punchline, right? Like, who is the player to watch out for? Like, do you have any idea about that? Like, who is the player to watch out for? Who is their playmaker?
Yeah, I remember, Flayboy had a lot of damage. I mean, he's a support player and his plays were really good. I said damage by mistake, but his engaged supports are pretty good, and I want to see him, do the same thing. I actually, these are the Smurf accounts, which is I don't know a bit of a gray zone, but let's see. Apparently he's a grandmaster. Fioro's a grandmaster, so I want to see his, plays throughout the game as well.
Yeah, exactly. This is a fully stacked team, and this is like this will be a game played at the highest level, like the rotation coming on, and also even for even for this thing, both the teams, right? I was just reading the chat, and Anup Singh is like they have tested each other. Naga to each other. Ah man, but yeah, coming back, like both of them know each other so well. So this is going to be like the highest, the epitome of the highest level, I guess, right? The epitome of highest level. What do you think? And also through this, I honestly feel like the viewers will also learn a lot, like how to make a proper rotation, or like what to pick, or like how to play against specific champions. Yeah, we'll get to see a lot. So I'm pretty much excited for this.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be an exciting match. Both these teams are on very good levels. They've, skirmishers have gone through the lower bracket and eliminated most of the teams and
Hmm.
come back on top now. So, going against the team, their bitter rivals of the tournament is definitely going to be very jam packed with excitement and place. So, it's going to be a pleasure to cast.
Yep. And also we'll be starting the match pretty soon. So yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see. And yeah, right now the drafting phase has started, and this will be your first official match between Skirmishes and Punchline, the grand finale of the Resurgence series. So what do you think about the picks and ban that's gonna be coming out? I'm pretty sure like the Galio, Cannon, and all is gonna be taken out, or do you think it's gonna be the bans are gonna come depending on the player? Like, are they gonna mark certain players, or are they just gonna go for the regular ban?
Yeah, yeah. I think standard ones, like you said, Galio is going to go the Ezreal or some, maybe the Varus. The Alistair has already been banned from the side of Punchline, and they want to look to ban the Fiora as well, which they told in chat. So maybe Fiora is going to be banned, to prevent Bishi from smashing, because yesterday he played all
Hmm.
games, yeah, all his matches he played Fiora.
Yeah.
So whenever he gets a chance, he picks up the Swords Lady. Ziggs has been banned from, the cancer pick has been banned from
Yeah, I
Skirmishers
mean,
side.
honestly, Ziggs, I just want him banned from the game as well. The amount of damage, like he needs some nerve, right? Like,
I
what do you
feel
think
you.
about this poke coming out from the Ziggs, right? You just can't do anything about it. The poke coming out from Ziggs, it's on another level. Plus, mid to late game, if a Ziggs is there, then it's really hard to secure objectives, right?
Yep, yep.
Knowing that his ultimate can outsmite you.
Yeah, yeah. This ultimate has been nerfed, pretty. Like the champion keeps getting nerfed, but it's that balancing
Yeah, but
problem
I'm.
like Akali, right? You just either you nerf it to the ground or it's always going to be OP. So Ziggs, the cancer of Ziggs in Wild Rift is that the champion model is too weak compared to the map, which is very different from PC, where it has a smaller amount of AOE, but here
Mhm.
it can bomb the entire enemy team with one single
Yeah,
ult. Right?
exactly.
So it's very hard to play against, especially in the late games where he has unlimited cooldowns. Every 1-2 seconds he has a skew to poke. So I think they've removed that option. Lulu has been picked up from the side of Punchline. What do you feel first pick, Lulu?
Yeah, Lulu pickup is actually really good. Like if they're gonna, even if they want to go for the final strat or whatever it may be, right? Like Lulu is that kind of a hero who can really protect the ADC among themselves. And also, I really want like skirmishers to take up the Vayne because Lulu and Vayne combo, you know how it goes, right? GG. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really, yeah.
we saw Lolo Lumen picked out,
Mm-hmm.
from the side of skirmishers last match, and it was
Mm-hmm.
such a quick match. They ended it in 15 minutes. Wayne
Yeah,
Lulu has
exactly.
become so strong. They have not banned Wayne yet. They picked Lulu, and they picked Thresh. Vanquisher's Thresh is really
Yeah.
good. He's very clean on the engages. But if they give Lulu, Thresh is not going to have a fun time in the late stages of the
Yep.
game, and they had
And
picking it.
yep. I mean, I'm actually not surprised because Lulu Vayne combo, like that's one of the best both lane that you expect, right? Even if they
Mhm.
get smashed in the early game, right? Come into the mid game, if Vayne is able to get a few items and if the Lulu is able to, give a helping hand and protect the Vayne, then Vayne is going to be unstoppable. And also plus his ultimate, like if she has her ultimate, then she can reposition herself really well with her S1 as well, with her first skill. So like this is going to be really hard. This is going to be actually a really hard game for skirmishers if they're not able to check the bot lane of Punchline.
Yep, yep. The Jarvan kind of is a counter to the Wukong because he can just
Hmm.
trap Wukong and prevent him from doing AoE ults to
Yep.
the rest of the team, right?
Hmm.
So if he had picked Jax, it would have been a clear favorite,
Hmm.
to support skirmishes because getting Jax and Ven into the late game, right? Which means
Yep.
they lose a lot of early game pressure. Prophet sticking to his mid lane RE pick, which was very
Oh,
useful in the
nice.
first way.
Hmm.
So they have a lot of CC from
Yeah.
the side of skirmishes already.
I mean,
So
things like if you look at the picks, right? Like Ari, if he's able to land his charm, then that's gonna be 100% hook, right? Or if treasures that. So like the wombo combo coming out from teams, I mean they know what they're doing. Like their main priority is gonna be either the Vayne or the Lulu, right? And I
yeah, yeah.
honestly would, yeah, like even in a team fight, who would you prefer to take out first? Do you prefer to take out the Lulu first, or do you want to take out the Vayne first?
Dude, I would prefer taking out the Lulu because the amount of shields and the else that Lulu can give, right? Vayne
Exactly.
is very squishy if she doesn't have support or a backline, right? To someone to peel for her. So as soon as the Lulu is gone, Vayne becomes open for taking damage. And we have a lot of backline access coming in from skirmishers right now with the
Mm-hmm.
Wukong ult, the Ari who can dash in and charm. So they have, I think, their draft on point. Let's see whether they're able to execute and prioritize the damage on the Vayne and the Lulu in the team fight. Because if they go on the Jarvan and Jarvan understand, I think Vayne gets free hitting potential
Mm-hmm.
from outside his walls. So Wukong and Ari pick should be able to clean that up in the early game.
Yeah, and also if you look at the bans coming up from both of them, we can see an Olaf ban now. The Darius has been hovered off, and the Malphite and the Garen has been picked. Okay, so they're going to be going for the Corki. So I honestly feel like this is to be a really good game if Darius. I mean, if Bishi can lock in the Darius, right? But I think he's gonna last pick. He might counter pick, and also Caitlyn is gonna come out. And really surprised to see that many people are not picking Caitlyn at the moment. Because for me, like Caitlyn is in a really good position right now, like among the ADC, right? For me,
Yep.
I would put her in S tier. Like that's what I think. Because
Yeah,
she
she's a
doesn't need,
lot of
yeah.
lane bully, right? She's a very
Yeah,
good lane bully in
exactly.
the early game. And the point is that, when the team fights happen, she can zone out very well with her traps. And, if it usually happens front to back team fights in the lanes or siege happens, right? She has very good potential to, prevent any frontline engages from reaching them with the traps, right?
Hmm.
So I think in a front to back team fight, Caitlyn is insane along with the CC that all the other champs in their team are providing. it's going to be really easy to out damage the enemy.
Yep. And also, like, if Kathleen gets ahead, right, the damage potential coming, the damage output coming up from Kathleen is just way beyond. And also, the Mundo is going to be locked in, and the Darius is going to be locked in by our boy Bishi out there. And also, we have seen Fuckboy getting a pentakill on Darius in the lower brackets, right? So, do you expect to see a pentakill coming up from Darius? Because if Darius gets all of his stack, then there is no way that you can stop him, right?
Yeah, yeah. This looks like they've gone for all CC except the day he gets his stacks. And Mundo is someone you can get free stacks on it because he's
Yeah,
not going to
exactly.
damage you as much. But what do you feel Mundo picked, dude? I feel it's an insane. I mean, it's a horrible pick to pick inside
Yep.
a tournament, right? Because there's just one button which is going to be the ignite. It will immediately counter his ultimate. Right? He doesn't have HP.
Yep.
He can, the Jarvan and the Oriana has that delivery ball combo, but Mundo
Yeah.
when he tries to frontline, he's going to be immediately bursted down by any kind of
Hmm.
anti-heal coming out from the team.
Yeah, and also, like, if it was a blind pick, like it was Mundo was a blind pick into the top side of the map, right? I would have honestly prefer like the instead of a Mundo, like a Jace would have been better, or even a Jax, right, or an Akali. Oh yeah, even Renekton is open. We
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yep, Renekton is open, Irelia is open, a lot of good picks are there, but he went for
Yeah.
the worst, one of the worst picks in
Hmm.
Baron Lane right
Yeah,
now.
but let's see. I mean, like people generally play depending on their comfort picks as well, right? So
Mhm.
maybe he went for a Mundo because he has played the champion a lot and he knows the champion well. Maybe they're going for a comfort pick here, and also this Jarvan pick coming out from the jungle side, right? Like the most annoying thing about Jarvan is right, if you panic and if you miss ulti, right, then you're gonna trap all of your team inside with you as well, right? And if you die, then
Mhm.
Cataclysm is still gonna be there. So let's see how this Jarvan is gonna use his Cataclysm as well. But at the moment, Team
Remake.
Punchline, yeah, Team Punchline. If Vayne and Lulu gets ahead into the game, then this is gonna be really hard for Skirmishers to come back.
Yeah, yeah. I think it might be a remake because Javan has not left the base, but it seems like he's moving. Maybe, hopefully, it doesn't get remake. But yeah, what do you feel lane wise? And like we know that the lanes domination is going to be there from bot side because of the Caitlyn and Thresh. But in mid
Caitlyn and
lane
Thresh,
autonomy,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also, here's the fear, right? Like from both sides of the map, they actually can't overstep because once they overstep, then Trace can just stray them. I mean, just flay them, and after that, it's going to be a hook. And with that, Gatling can just set up the trap, and they might get deleted or yeah. So Lulu Van Len at the moment in the early game, it will be really hard for them. As you can see already, right? Kathleen and the Trash has already been pushing the poke coming out from the range from the Kathleen as well.
Yeah, yeah, we can see deep forwards also present from Ari Prophet roaming very nicely. Right, he gets the
Hmm.
Sky's Bloom on the side of Jarvan's jungle also near the Raptors, and he gets a deep ward into the blue buff as well. So we know that the jungle is being trapped efficiently. But Wukong seems to be lost. Seems to be just going for a standard 5 cam clear into the scuttle or 4
Yeah.
cam clear. So they have priority for the bot side scuttle, and the roaming is on point. But let's see what happens. Jarvan seems to be
Yeah.
going and trading scuttles.
Hmm. And also, there was actually a good read of map coming out from Team Skirmishers. They knew that Jarvan was in the red side of the map, right? I mean, was started off the red, so there was no way of the gang coming out into the both side of the map. So they're easily able to. Oh, and also there's a gang coming.
We see an early flank coming in from the Thresh, right? He goes in. Jarvan has gone in with the EQ combo, is doing a lot of damage, but he's stuck in between Wukong and both of them are just going to disengage at this point. Ari misses the champ, Jarvan's EQ lands and does a lot of poke to him. So the match has actually, not given much. I think none of the splashes were burnt as well.
Hmm.
But
No, I
Oriana's
mean,
barrier was blown. No,
Oriana
Ari's
very
fire.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ari
yeah.
had to flash that up because if she
Ali
got
Charm lands on the Oriana. He's going in. The flare comes in, and the first blood goes to Wukong. He's gotten the scuttle on the bot side and now looking for the double scuttle.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what Oriana was doing right there. Like Shiro, like he could have just reset it back and he could have come back. But there's a jungle inflate coming out from skirmishes as well, knowing that Oriana is dead. So this is going to be an easy blue coming out for Lost as well. So that's a huge goal deficit plus blue not going into the side of King of Jungle and then Jarvan, right? So at the end of the day, it all came down on the Oriana, sorry, like you're overstepping a bit and also not resetting, being a little bit greedy for the hook, ended up costing up her life. Plus, with that, they're able to secure the blue as well.
Yeah, yeah. So the early game went very well for the side of Skirmishers. So we need to see whether the rotations, right? They got double settle, they got the enemy. This is very different from
Yeah,
what we saw last time when they faced off Punchline. So let's see whether
yeah.
they will translate it into the first dragon.
And also, if you look at the warding done by skirmishes, right, they have proper control over the river area, both in top side and the bot side. And they have a red ward deep inside the blue jungle, so they know the rotation coming on. So this is so at the moment skirmishes on the macro and the warding, like it's looking pretty good for them. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right? Here's the thing: most people don't know about this, but if you have river control, then you're almost winning the game, right? Like that's like a 50% win. But if you have river control, then there's nothing that the opponents can do, right? The rotation is just gonna be instantly stopped. But yeah, the dragon is gonna spawn in 7 seconds, and it's gonna be a cloud, right? So what do you think? Do you think they should prioritize for the rift, or do you think they will prioritize for the dragon?
I think both teams are looking for the rift at this point. Vayne has not come here, but the rest of the team is here. And usually when there's a cloud drake, which means that they're not focusing on movement speed. And rift obviously is going to give more gold. Wukong goes in, gets an ult on the back line. They're targeting the Lulu for the flash. Second ult comes in, and the second part of the Dragon ult is going on. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Ari goes in and gets the flash and Q on top of the Jarvan, and they've removed the jungler efficiently, which means they're going to get the Rift Herald very easily here. The Lulu ult was used on the window, which was complete waste because the Ignite was taken down. Bishi is on the backline now fighting, gets the 5 stacks on the Orianna, and Orianna is forced to flash out as well. This is 2-0, and they get the Rift Herald as well, giving them a solid gold lead of 1000 gold in the early game.
But yeah, but here's the thing, right? Vayne has been solo farming, and she managed to take one turret wedding, right? So she's not for the Vayne, right? She has the highest goal in the game. She's close to 4,000. So I would say, like, if the Vayne is left untouched and if Vayne is having a free farm, then things will not look so good for skirmishes. Though they were able to get the rift, right? I would honestly prefer if they funnel and goal into the campaign just to catch up with the Vayne. Who do you think the goal is going to be funneled into? Do you think it's going to be Darius, or do you think they can?
I think in the early game, mid and jungle have the priority. Both Wukong and Ari have gotten a kill, right? So when you see in the Baron lane, Bishi just gets a kill on the Mundo, and in the bottom lane, Wukong gets a kill on the Orianna. So they're doing cross map plays, getting their goal leads ahead on their carries, and Ari has been the benefit. She's completed looting the early game, and the only person left to get a kill is the Caitlyn. So I think early game has gone very well for the solo lane of skirmishers, and they're just going to funnel their gold into getting objectives and towers for now.
Oh, and the hook, and if the hook or the charm had landed, then there would have been sure kill. But then here's the thing, right? Skirmishers, if you look at the warding even now, they've warded deep inside the enemy jungle, so because of that they have all knowledge. They have all the knowledge in their team for whether to engage or whether to back off, right? So Punchline, if you look at the warding down by them, they have no information on skirmishes, right? So because of that, they're overstepping a bit. And also Shiro, right? There was no need, like, she has died twice because of the fact that she overstayed her welcome and she overstepped, right, for no reason. So because of that, she ended up paying and she ended up dying, and because of that, she died twice. So at the moment, things are looking really good for skirmishes. But Vayne and the Lulu combo, right? If it comes online and if they're not able to do anything, then things might turn in the favor of Punchline. But at the moment, skirmishes are in control of the game, and yeah.
Yep, they've already gotten the tower, they've gotten Cloud Dragon, and getting such early leads for late game champions. Mid game champions like Ari and Caitlyn is really good for them, as they can hit their power spike.
Yep.
And we can see that now they're just getting some cross map plays, trying to dive on the Baron lane side. They get the passive off from Mundo. Mundo's ult has been used, he's flashing out. Jarvan jumping into everyday, but fresh play lands. And Bishi gets the 5 stacks on the Mundo, as instantly melted with the turbo damage. So they get 2 quick kills and they get the tower as well.
Yep. That was a beautiful map play. I mean, coordination coming out and the rotation coming out from skirmishes, right? This is really fun to watch. Like, this is a really exciting finals, like, I would say. Because if you look at the rotation coming out from skirmishes, right, it's always on point. And also the best part is, with the rotation also, even if they're overstepping there, they don't end up giving anybody, right? So that's like the positive thing that skirmishes look for. Because even now it's 0-6 and things are looking really good for skirmishes. If they keep this up, if they keep the rotation intact, and if they're able to control the entirety of the river jungle, then yeah, Skirmishers can end the game within the span of 15 to 18 minutes.
Yep, Ari gets another kill on the Mundo here, and she's supposed to flash away. But Jarvan gets a return kill back kill, getting kill on the Darius. Vayne has Lulu ult, but the play lands. Jarvan is who lands, but the Caitlyn Q lands and pops them, giving them a double kill for the ADC. They're chasing down the Mundo, and here they're chasing down your Lulu as well. Triple kill for Kale, and your concerns have been met as the ADC has gotten back the gold which is required.
Yep.
And has gotten even actually 1000 gold lead on the enemy ADC.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful play. I mean, the hook by Vanquisher, right? That sealed the deal. Like Van and the Lulu combo came out into existence for the first time. Like that was in 8 minutes into the game, we were able to see it for the first time. But then Vanquisher with the hook and the play, right? So because of that, they were able to seal the deal. And also, if you look at the position it came out from Kyle, right, with this Catley, it's just so good to watch. Like he is left untouched. Like in team fights, if you have noticed or not, but in team fights, right? She is left untouched, and if she is left untouched, things are going to be pretty hard. Because the only player that can dive deep into will be the Jarvan, and Jarvan if he goes too deep and if he messes up,
Yeah, fight also happening here in the middle. Like, you can see that they're diving in. They've already gotten squares. Because G has been popped, but they are still following down. There's a wonderful Orianna ult, and Bishi trying to get the kill here. He gets the ult, and the damage falls. The jungle has been removed, which gives them a chance to go back and take the second dragon of the game for free.
Yeah, and also on top of that, it's an infernal dragon, right? So it's gonna be benefiting a lot to Profit and the kill. And also on top of that, Vanquisher on this trade, he's playing like mad like this. He has got top of his head. Did you see what he did to Jarvan, right? Jarvan had a beautiful initiation, but the play coming out right on time. So because of that, Jarvan was knocked up into the air and he couldn't do anything of much. The shockwave has landed. The shockwave by Orianna is always on point for the entirety of the game, but they're way behind that. The damage output is not there. And also the Vayne by Fantasy, right? I honestly feel like it's not working out for him because he's not able to dish out the damage that he expected from a Vayne, right? Coming into the mid stages of the game.
Yeah. We can see that they're actually doing damage. They were able to chunk out Ari. Wukong's DA was popped, and they were able to get pressed down to very low HP, right? They're having the damage, but their just follow-up is not coming well. They're not layering their CCs together, and that has proved to be very fatal for them. Ari was able to get a charm and flash out, right? None of them had died, even though the damage output was there, which they are going to have because they're very good in scaling. Orianna and Vayne scale insanely well compared to Skirmishers. So that didn't work out for them, and Skirmishers have taken the right decisions and picked up early game champions, and now it's 14-2 with a goal lead of more almost 10,000 with 2 dragons apart.
And also this Mundo pick, like we discussed in the starting of the game, right? Like I honestly feel like this was a really weak pick, and we can see it, right? We can see it in team fights, right? Like he can't contribute anything much. He's just a technical kind of player, right?
Yeah. Another fight happens in the mid lane. They've already jumped in, lost his very low HP, but the Unstoppable comes out for Caitlyn. Vayne Lulu ult has been used. I think this is the chance for her to come back. The Lulu's Pixie gets the kill instead of the Vayne, which is not something you want to see. And Ari has suffered the first loss of the game. First death of the game. Giving a shutdown to the Lulu instead of the Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, if the Vayne got the shutdown on the Lulu, that would have been massive for Punchline, right? But Lulu ended up getting the kill. But yeah, at the end of the day, Shiro on that Orianna, her shockwave is proving to be the pivotal point for Team Punchline, right? To turn this game around. Like we have seen 3 shockwaves into the game so far, and the shockwaves coming from Shiro Orianna has just been massive.
Yeah, but Caitlyn also getting the benefit of these skills, right? Now 3 items completed compared to the Vayne's 2 items, which is going for the Solari next. So the amount of damage and poke that this Caitlyn is going to do in the late stages of the game, especially with her max traps, is going to be insane.
Yeah, and also here's the thing, right? They have a Caitlyn, so they just can't go in ham, right? Because if they're trapped, then they're just gonna get destroyed from this map. They're just gonna get destroyed from this map, right? If they are able to land a hook, charm, or get caught with a trap, then bye. Because we have a trap, we have a barrier. Look at go down here. Oh.
Just one Ari's combo was able to delete 3/4 of his HP. insane
Yeah.
damage coming out from
Hmm.
Prophet.
And also, as you can see, the itemization coming out from Coyote stuff as well, right? Is pretty much like I would have really liked it if you went for instead of the Ninja Tabai, right? You could have gone for the Ninja and then we could have seen kill lands.
Yep, yep. Kill lands on the Lulu. They were trying to do the Baron, and they got the bait done completely. One more wonderful stuff were coming out from Oriana. They're all trapped inside, and the Jarvan gets a very good damage output. Right? But Caitlyn is still alive. Ari is alive, and Darius is on very low HP. But the Godlight comes out for Caitlyn. He's still doing so much poke here. Wukong might be dying, but doesn't happen. And Unstoppable comes for the Wukong as well. Caitlyn poke is insane, pushing out Oriana from the fight. And this fight again has turned into the favor of over flash ult. Okay, my god, that was a wonderful charm, but it did not land and the flash has been
Yep.
blown. So 19 to 4, and now the goal lead is at 12,000. It
Yep.
seems to be progressing very, very well.
Yeah, and also with that, they'll be able to secure the third dragon for themselves, right? So they have three dragons under the belt. So yeah, and also I don't mention that, right? If they're able to delete the Lulu before the T5 happened, right? Like Lulu was trying to check the bush, but then she went in too deep. Like she doesn't have a scanner as well. She just has a ward, right? Which you don't want to see from a support, right? I honestly want the support and the jungler to have a scanner ward, right? Because she just blind bush. She just went in, blind checked the bush, and because of that, she ended up dying, right? And if Lulu is the first one to die in the team, then Punchline can't do anything about it, right? Like this overgrowth is not being utilized properly. Then what's the point of putting a Lulu, right? And the shockwave,
Oriana
yep.
comes out, lands on the wrong person. He's ready sitting down on the Mundo. They're going. Wukong is on the backline trying to do damage to the Vayne, and the Lulu comes out. Caitlyn still doing damage in the front line. Double kill for Caitlyn. The charm lands on the Javan and is instantly melted. Vayne's ult is still on. Caitlyn ult lands on the Vayne, but the Lulu damage is there to help her out. But this means that two quick kills has happened and they don't have a front line anymore. I think it's just going to be the free Baron call for them.
And that was a questionable shockwave coming out from Shiro, right? Like the entirety of the game, I was like, Shiro is with Oriana with that ultimate, with the shockwave, she's doing really good. But yeah, consistent land and
Caitlyn flashes in, gets the headshot as well, gets a kill on the Lulu, and Oriana is the last one to fall. Complete ace coming out. 2 seconds on Jarvan and Mundo, so they might have a little bit of damage to prevent this one final push. And this is going to be mostly game one from the side of
yeah,
Skirmishers.
this is utter domination coming out from Skirmishers, right? This is practically a message has been sent to Punchline. You guys were able to defeat us in the first round of the upper bracket, but we are back. We are back stronger and harder, and we're gonna smash it, right? That's a statement made by Skirmishers on the first match, as we can see. And also, if you look at the damage chart, right? If you look at the
Yeah,
damage chart coming out from the Vayne, like Vayne did nothing in the entirety of the match, right? That's what you don't expect from ADC, right? If you look at KL did dealt 29,000 damage, right? And that's what you expect from an ADC. Like I'm really disappointed in the Playboy and Fantasy Vayne and Lulu combo. Like it didn't work out, but hey, who knows, right? It may work out the second time. But yeah, the first game goes to Skirmishers and talk me through this game. Like what was your highlight moment?
I think it was the just target selection. They were able to prioritize and destroy in the early game only, right? The blue buff invade plus the double scuttle and the rotations coming out of them with the turning point of the game. Right?
Yep. And also
Insane
like
plays coming in.
mhm. If you look at the rotation coming out from Skirmishers, right? The warding, the deep wards coming out, right? So they had all the information they needed, right? Whereas on the side of Punchline, right? If you look at the warding, like they had no proper warding, they had no proper control over the jungle. So because of that, they had no information and they ended up dying, right? So what I really want to see for Punchline is like, if I just want them to have proper control over the jungle, right? If it's not the enemy jungle, but to have control over their own jungle, right? They lost within 8 to 9 minutes into the game, they lost full priority over their own jungle, right? Which you don't expect. So yeah.
Yep, yep. All right, we'll be back with game two very, very soon. All right, guys, we are back with game two of the grand finale, and it's going to be Skirmishers versus the team Punchline. And this time, the Skirmishers have first pick. And after the utter domination that they did last game, what are your opinions for this game? How will it turn out?
I mean, if skirmishers keep on going the same path as they did in game one, right? I honestly feel like this is going to be a 2-0. Because even the picks and ban, right? Like we knew from the drafting phase itself, right? The only good pick they got was the Vayne and the Lulu, but then they couldn't do much on it as well, right? The Mundo pick was questionable, right? So it all depends on the drafting phase as well. They lost on the drafting phase and they ended up losing the game, right? But what I really want to see from Punchline is like they have no proper control over the river, they have no proper control over the jungle, right? So they have no information on where the skirmishes are, right? So because of that, they ended up losing the game. But then if they're able to capitalize on that, then I honestly feel like they can come back into this match. But if skirmishers play like how they did in game one, then I honestly feel like this is 0.
Yeah. They had very bad draft. I think the game was decided in the draft, right? Mundo
Yeah,
versus
exactly.
Darius. Mundo has no kill pressure. Oriana
Mhm.
versus Ari. Oriana has no kill pressure. Bot lane, Vayne, Lulu, they have no kill pressure. So the
Yep,
fact that they
exactly.
picked Jarvan, who can gank in a lane where there's no kill pressure, completely, wasted the entire early game aspect of
Yep.
it, right? And
And
Skirmishers made full use of that, getting invades on the blue,
yep,
getting double scuttle, and getting their leads very early.
yep.
So
And
very well
also,
played from them, right?
yeah, and also on top of that, we thought like Draven did nothing much, but then it was actually Venkashar on this trash pick, right? He was able to do so much. Like honestly, feel like he was the MVP for of that match, right? Like Jarvan initiation, everything was blocked out. Everything like he couldn't do anything. Why? Because of the fact that Trash had really good plays coming out, right? So
Yep.
because of that, yeah. So I'm pretty sure like I would really want them to ban out the Trash because we have seen what this Trash can do as well, right?
Yep.
And also, we can see a ban being missed out by skirmishers. Do you think that was intentional, or like, do you think they're confident enough to miss on a ban, or like, what? What was it?
I think Vankashar DC, he'll come back very soon. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But let's see, they have left some good picks here. Ziggs is open, so I think they should definitely
Mhm.
go for Ziggs
Yep.
as the first pick. They seem to be hovering Vega from the side of Punchline, which is a very good one-shot combo, which is good into champions like Olaf and Vayne, where the amount of healing is not allowed at well. Because as soon as he goes a little low, you can
Yep.
instantly kill him. But Ziggs has been locked down. Prophet is going to play the Bomberman in the mid.
Yeah, and
And
also the
it's
Ziggs
good.
being picked out in the first match as well. We were talking about him, right? He got banned in the drafting phase, so nobody was able to pick him out, right? But yeah, seeing Ziggs, I honestly feel like the poke potential coming off of skirmishers will be on another level, and also for them to secure objective, that will be really really easy, right? So what will the Prophet in order to secure an objective, they need to make sure that Ziggs is not alive, because if Ziggs is alive, it goes to a 50-50, right? Even though he's not a juggler, right?
Yep, true. Ziggs
Yeah,
has a lot of damage with his
mhm,
artillery, and they have locked in Brom and
yeah.
Kaisa to
Kaisa.
counter that. So
I mean, honestly speaking, there are so many good ADCs at the moment, right? Like Ezreal is open, Caitlyn is open, right? But they opted to go for Kaisa, right? So what do
yeah.
you think? Yeah, do you think Kaisa and the Brom goes well in the land, or do you think like other ADCs are there which goes well with Brom? Because I honestly feel like Kaisa and Brom, I honestly feel like this it may not work out in their favor in the both side of the map.
Yeah. Kaisa works, more like an assassin carry where she has very short range but a lot of burst damage.
Hmm.
And Braum works as a champion who does a lot of extended team fights, right? You get and that proc off, and a lot of shielding and peeling is there. So the two champions don't go very well together. They're much better champions that can go with the Braum. Even Ash Braum is a much better combo than
Yep.
Braum
Or even
Kaisa.
a Lucian, yeah. Even a
Yeah,
Lucian
true.
goes well, because of the try shot that he can get, right?
True,
But
true,
yeah,
true.
yeah. And also, the Jarvan is going to be locked in by lows, and I feel like this is going to be a statement of showing like this is how you use a Jarvan, or like are they going for a strategic? Oh, no, I mean like, but then see, here's the thing, right? If Nami, the wombo combo that we can already see from skirmishes, right? Ziggs, Nami, and the Jarvan, right? If Jarvan is able to use his cataclysm properly on like 3 or 4 of punchline, followed up by the Nami and Ziggs ultimate, then I honestly feel like they're just gonna get deleted.
Yep, they have very good wombo combo potential already coming out from skirmishes. But there's like coming back to the ADCs, right? Kaisa versus Nami, they don't have poke, right?
Hmm.
So already with the six versus the Kaisa, they don't have any kind of the range advantage. And there are, looking like how things are going with the Nami, Kill might pick up, something which does a lot of poke. So you can disengage and poke out the Braum and the Wukong before they engage in the fights, which is going to be a turning point, before the objectives.
Yeah, exactly. Like Nami, I really like this Nami pick because she can have really good initiation or disengage as well, right? Because Wukong, if he gets ulted, then there's nothing that Wukong can be done, right? As well, right? So, but then the bans are gonna come out. It's gonna be the Sam ban again, the Garen, and the that is gonna be banned on alongside the Darius. In this form, like Darius was left up in the previous match, but they're gonna be banning out the Darius. So, what do you think about this ban coming out? The Corki gets banned out, the Darius gets banned out.
I think Champool is a lot from Bishi's side. He might even take the Jarvan pick from Lost and flex it into Baron lane, and Lost can pick something else. But he goes for the Olaf pick, which is actually very good into the
Yep.
Jarvan. I mean the Wukong and the Braum.
Yep.
But I feel picking Jarvan and Olaf in the same team is kind of a cuck in each other, because if Olaf gets stuck in Jarvan's side, and there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, I mean the only thing he has to do is he has to flesh out that. That's about it, right? Yeah, nothing can be done. But in the TF pick, like if TF is able to make a proper rotation, right? If TF is able to use his ultimate properly, then this is gonna be really good. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut this off because Vayne, they're hovering with the Vayne into the Baron lane and Vayne into an Olaf. That is scary. But then wait, they're gonna go for a Zed offlane? Hmm. This is again really questionable though. Okay, they're just gonna they were messing with us. But then I was really liking the Vayne pick coming out from them. Like if they were able to pick the Vayne, then Olaf wouldn't be able to do much on the top side of the map, right?
True. Vayne is the cancer to Baron
Oh,
lane.
so okay, Jarvan is gonna be on the barren land, and Olaf is gonna go into the jungle.
Told you. Bishi will flex this role. Olaf is pretty good, right? In the early game, he has a lot of damage. He can look for invades. And the Lucian pick I really like, because Lucian's Q is a laser which goes through Braum shield and can attack things behind him. So it's a good pick. It can go through Pantheon shield, it can go through Braum shield and out damage them.
Yep.
They have a lot of range. They have a lot of poke. Long range ults. They have Lucian's Culling. They have Ziggs ult. And they have Nami's ult to engage from before. So I think there's a good combo chance and a lot of lockdown potential from the side of sorry, excuse me, Punchline. Single pick potential. So let's see who goes for the engages.
Yeah. And also on top of that, they have a Twisted Fate and a Pantheon, right? So they have two presents, right? So this is gonna be the pivotal point. And also we can see that Olaf been gone into the Baron land and Jarvan is gonna go. Yo, they're just messing with us, yo. They're messing with the casters. Like they're like, nah, what you guys are thinking of, we're not gonna let that happen. So the Jarvan is gonna go into the jungle, the Olaf is gonna go into the midland. I mean into the top side of the map. And so yeah, as I was talking, right? If TF is not able to utilize his global presence properly, right, then it's gonna be of no use picking a TF, because TF generally people pick because of the fact that because of his global presence, right, he can be there anywhere on the map, and also he can just be the threat, right? And also they have a Pantheon to complement that, right? So if they're able to make the rotation properly, if they're able to utilize their ultimates properly, then Skirmishers are just gonna be outnumbered in team fights.
Yep, double ult from two of the champions, and if they had Ezreal and Lux, they would make it 4. But yeah, that's just something we don't. They picked up Lucian versus Lucian and Nami versus Braum and Kai'Sa. The range advantage goes on Lucian, but who do you think will play early?
No, I mean it all depends upon the poke coming out from the Nami, right? Because Nami has a really good poke potential in the early stages of the game, right? And also with that, if Lucian is able to land his attack, then he's going to be getting 2-3 auto attacks. And also we can see a really good trade, the Ignite Big Bomb side is the top side of the main. Coyote start going very low, but I think it's going to die.
Yep, Pantheon is a very good champion, but only after level 3, right? The power spike at level 3 is very good, and Bishi making full use of it in the early game and poking him out, forcing him to use the honey fruit in the level 1 as well.
And also on the, if you look at the mid side, right, between TF and the Ziggs, right, TF is just gonna get outbroke, because it's easier to dodge TF skill than that of Ziggs, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think it's easier to dodge Ziggs skills or TF's skill? Honestly, for me, it's easier to dodge out TF skill instead of Ziggs, because Ziggs is the most annoying champion there is in Wild Rift right now, next to Yuumi. But luckily for us, we won't be seeing any Yuumi because released after the tournament started. So yeah, you won't be seeing any Yuumi. So at the moment, Ziggs is one of the most annoying champions in Wild Rift right now, and as you can see, poke coming out from him.
There's that factor of ROE. I mean, what do you say? There's a chance of luck, right, for TF to get the yellow card. I forgot the word, ROE something. But yeah, so by the time TF gets his yellow card,
mid game coming in, but TF is able to use his flash and then he'll just go away to safety. But his P has gone down so low.
Yep,
Yeah,
and we
sorry to
can
cut
see
you
that.
off there. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. You can see that the Nami has once again rotated for the scuttle. Jarvan goes in on the crux. Wukong is here. Wukong has the flash, but he's supposed to run away. The bubble lands and flash has been used from Wukong, which means that the scuttles are now open for the taking. The scuttle has already been taken, but Wukong has been forced to flash. Pantheon using his third skill to escape. Maybe a dive is in the possibility, question mark?
Yeah, a dive is a high possible chances, but then if you look at the minion wave, right, there is only one single wave, so that's gonna cut them off. And also, I'm really surprised to see that they know that Nami has been rotating from mid to top, right? But despite that, they were not able to even burn out a flash from KO. So KO is having a really good time. He got the solo level that he wanted, and Playboy and Fantasy were not able to kill him off. So that's gonna cost them a lot, right? On the bottom of the map, because KO got full 2 wave of solo level plus the goal, right? So that's gonna be really helpful. Like he'll be level 5 before the enemy ADC as well.
True. Crossbar play is not coming out and they're not able to punish the Kale. And Kale is usually known, like he prefers playing alone. He prefers the early game, freezing, getting the waves and getting the early leads, which he's able to usually turn around and carry. But now we can see that the ults have been ready on most of the champions and TF might be looking in for an ult soon if he's, proactive. And game is in a stalemate kind of thing. 0-0, they're playing safe and just can escape.
Yeah, and also if you look at the itemization, like one of the main thing why I really, for Kai'Sa to come online is because of the fact that you need to unlock all of their abilities, right? So you don't have a proper item until the 10th or 12th minute, right? So for him to come online, it's going to be really hard. But then if he's able to upgrade his first skill, then the damage potential is going to come out. But with the combination coming up from Nami is just going to be shielding the Lucian. He's going to be healing him up. So you won't see much of a trade coming out. So the first dragon is going to form in 2 seconds with that of a rip. And as you can see, all of them are hovering. The X mark being shown into the map. So I'm pretty sure they're going to go for this rip.
Yep, again, you know what? Luck is it that we're having Cloud Dragon again. So both the teams are going to be fighting for the Rift, but this time it looks like Punchline actually looking to get the Cloud Dragon and trading objectives because they faced a lot of, they lost the game basically in the first fight in the Rift.
Yep. So they don't want to throw this, right? But then here's the thing, right? If they already got it warded, and Ziggs might be able to steal this. So keep your eyes on the map because Prophet on the Ziggs, he can see this going down low, and then the outplay comes out a little bit too late. That was anticlimactic. I thought like it was gonna be, hey, I'm gonna steal this up, but yeah, it didn't happen. The first Rift goes into the hand of Skirmishers, and they'll be using it in the top side of the map. The global RT being used by TF just to, Shiro using it just to sway the attack. But then, this is gonna be a full fledged.
Yep, the TF ult is wasted because the tower is already at 1500 SP. Here, bottom line, we can see a dive going on. The Lucian is getting stacked, but Wukong is not able to third skill into range. And the culling comes out and is blocked by the Wukong clone. So, a stalemate happening here. But they might be able to trade the bottom lane tower for, the top lane tower still lost.
Yeah, and also, like, KL, his positioning, like, his playstyle is really, really fun to watch because they know that there was rotation coming up top, so Wukong was forced to make a rotation on both sides of the map, and he was alone, right? Nami was not there. And also you can see a 5-man rotation coming up from Skirmishers to secure this tower on the 4th side of the map. This is a really beautiful map play coming out from Skirmishers.
Yep, तुम rotate करोगे मैं ज़्यादा rotate करूँगा. 5 man, they're taking the tower as well. So the mid lane is the last tower up for grabs. Seeing them, from the side of Skirmishers, and they're definitely looking to maybe get a siege here. The Ultra lands on the Dragon lands on the TF, and TF is supposed to flash away. And now 5 members along with Ziggs, who is going to do a lot of damage to these towers, are rotating and getting the kills. Maybe the Ziggs lands, or Braum ult lands, and the Pantheon ult is here. They might have overstayed quite a bit here. Wukong's second part of the ult is there. Double kill coming out with Kai'Sa, and Olaf gets the kill, and very, very close. Here what happened, Pantheon jumps in again, the barrier is there to save him. And one more auto, come on! No! The Kai'Sa's damage comes out and one more the snipe from the W gets the Ziggs on such low HP. Quick 4 kills goes over to
Yeah,
Punchline, and they get something
yeah,
back.
and with that they were able to turn the game around a little bit, right? If you look at the goal, right, it's very neck to neck. If you look at the goal coming out from both of them, it was very neck to neck. But that was a beautiful engagement, as we were talking about, right? The Wukong and the Rom combo, that's going to be really, really hectic, right? And also they were able to see that Penti was on the top side of the map, but Penti has a double presence, right? He can just reach into the team anytime.
They are diving on Kishi again. Brom, Pantheon, 4 members are trying to dive the Olaf here. Actually, it's 5 members. They're trying to do 5-man rotation to get. But he has result. He is
Yeah,
unstoppable.
yeah.
And he's able to move. I think he should just leave the tower, but they get the mid tower in return. So that's something
Yep.
good because he got.
And also
He's
with
getting
that,
to it.
yeah, skirmishers may be able to push for the second third as well, knowing that TFR team is one conventional team might not be out anytime soon. So yeah, this is
Yep, I do
actually
that.
yeah. Like at the end of the day, skirmishers come out of the body. If they die out, they can like yellow.
Yep, very well altered. Jarvan ult comes in, Brom ult comes in, Ziggs ult comes in, but the Pantheon shield completely blocks out the damage, of the culling. And they have rotated very well this time and gets another few kills, two quick kills here. Ziggs ult was there, but they were able to shield it out to block it from the Brom. So they get the tower, but they lose another time, they lose the kills.
Yeah. And also, as I was saying, I totally forgot to mention about this first item coming out from Playboy on his drop, right? He instantly went for his boot and he instantly went for the locket, right? Which is proving to be the pivotal point in team fights, right? The shield that he's been getting, like the shield that he has been providing to all of his teammates. So because of that, like Ziggs damage is kind of like nullified, but at the end of the day, Ziggs only has Ludo's Echo Atom on it, right? But then coming into the mid and late game, I don't think the Solar is going to matter that much, but in the early game, it's working out for them.
Yep, TF ult is down, Panther ult is down, and the Ocean Dragon is here. Wukong has his ult, right?
Yeah, it's an Inferno Dragon.
Yep, the dragon has spawned, so this means that Commissioners have a slight bit of a lead here with the ultimates. And the more they delay, the farther that's in. I think they're just going to play for the poke right now and poke out the enemy. Pantheon, notable Singh jumps on the Ziggs. Very good targeting here. Wukong is going in the back end and ulting with damage, but the Dragon ult is there to help out, and instantly Wukong has been killed out. Olaf is going in, but he's sticking down with the ignite, and Pantheon has overstayed quite a bit and dies to the Jarvan. Lost getting 2 quick kills here. Olaf is forced to run away, but this means that the Lucian and the Ziggs, which are the main carries, are dead for this team fight.
There was a beautiful initiation coming out from Star, right? In the previous game, he had a Bunto, so he couldn't do anything much. But right now on this Pantheon, like it was a pretty nice use of the Protobell Flash into the stun combo, right? So that was a beautiful initiation, and also Prophet was forced to use it. Oh, and also there's an initiation coming from the inside of the map, but I think they just need to poke it out and just go back. Yeah, the dragon still stands tall, but Los has taken a lot of damage. He shouldn't have done that because they know that the dragon is down.
Olaf is running on Fantasy. His ultimate is stopped. The Bellefeld is coming in. He gets the third skill Undertow and gets a kill on the Kaisa. Pantheon is jumped in, going in on the Nami. Nami ult is still not available. Jarvan is healing up from the blue buff. Rom is on very low HP. The poke comes in. Jarvan is there. The Ziggs ult is there. And the Wukong is dead almost as well. Wukong escaped with the Jarvan. But 4 members are dead, and Prophet is chasing down the kill with the satchel, and now the Infernal Dragon is going to go for Skirmishers with a clean ace.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful, really good oriented team fight coming on from the side of Skirmishers, right? Knowing that all of the flashes are down, the flashes are down on the Pantheon, the flash are down on the TF, right? So they were able to take out, and also there was a really good
Nami bubble on the Kaisa, and which made Olaf reach him and kill him.
Yeah, Fantasy, like they all jump into Fantasy, right? Rishi, Los, and even Prophet, right? The damage coming out from them, so there's no way, Jose, that Fantasy is going to survive all the damage.
Jarvan has now the G-Wing already gotten the Rift Herald. Namiel comes out of the defense. Olaf is going in, gets a wonderful bubble! 3-man bubble! Jarvan ult is there. Wukong is stuck in Jarvan's head. The Ziggs will come. Traps 3 people in the midst of Lucian chasing down Fantasy. Fantasy escaping on very HP, but Lucian is there with the flash to follow. He gets the Q, he gets the kill, and another quick ace has happened. This is 2 quick aces in a row, and they get the Infernal Dragon and the Rift, and now they're just pushing down with the Rift to inhibitor.
Yeah, and also with this, they will be able to destroy the first inner turret from Skirmishers, right? That was a beautiful play. I know that we're talking a lot about Skirmishers, but we have to acknowledge the fact about the gameplay coming up from Skirmishers overall. Like if you look at the entirety of the map, right? And even that team fight, the Nami bubble into the Cataclysm, into the 6 out, there is no way for Team Punchline to survive all that damage coming up from them, right? And also we can see Ziggs, he has already picked up his Luden's Echo, and now he's close to his Rabadon's cap. And if he finishes up, if he picks up the Rabadon cap, then things are gonna be looking so bad for Team Punchline at the moment. Because if you can see the itemization coming out from them, right? We don't see any MR. It's just that Brom is going for his first MR item. He has a cloak right at the moment. How did this go? But if you look at the other members, right, they have no magic resistance as such, so they're just going to get deleted by Ziggs.
Yep, I think the MVP of these fights is Vanquisher, obviously. Last match he had a very good game on Thresh, but this time he's landing bubble after bubble, AoE bubbles. This time 3-man bubble landed, and that gave them Jarvan EQ and ult combo very easily. So Nami has been pivotal in doing a lot of team games for the team.
Vanquisher is the unsung hero of this team. At the end of the day, either Prophet or KL is going to pick up the MVP because of the damage output done by them. But if you look at the gameplay coming out, then Vanquisher is our MVP for this match, right? Even in the first match as well. Stretch was phenomenal, and also on this Nami, right? So I honestly feel like Prophet, Team Punchline should just ban off some supports, right? Like put Vanquisher in a tight spot. Like, what do you think?
Vanquisher Blanky all supports him. So I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to be an issue. He plays a very mean Lulu. Nami is very good, right? But his key factors are his engage support. So yesterday that he played the Leona, he played the Alistar, and he executed them very well. So I don't think banning supports is actually going to help out very much. But now they are rotating for the Baron, and they're already starting quickly with the Ziggs and the poke from the Lucian is going to get deleted very quickly. Fabian comes in, DFL, Wrong jumps in to get the kill, but the dragon has already secured it. Ziggs comes in and knocks down a lot of damage. Wukong is on very low HP and is already been deleted. Olaf gets the kill here, double kill for Olaf, and now Wukong's Culling, Wukong's dead, right? The Culling comes out, and the only two members surviving are the TF and the Pantheon.
Yeah, and also we can see a beautiful Cataclysm combo coming out from Los, right? His Cataclysm, he always manages to get not one, not two, but three or four of the members from Punchline, right? And so we were talking about it. Bishi was not able to enter team fight because of the Cataclysm, but this is going to be game. We are going to go to game 3, and this is a score. Oh wait, did I say it too early? No, we are going to go to game 2 for a minute. Like when I saw the health bars going down, I was like, wait, are they throwing? No, but yeah, Skirmishers win the game 2-0, and this is like sweet revenge coming off of Skirmishers, right?
Yeah, we see the resurgence of skirmishers in the resurgence tournament finals. So
Yeah,
yeah, so it's 2-0, and the MVP I think should be going to Vanquisher, but instead it
yeah.
goes to I think Ziggs because he's done 2000
Yeah,
22,000
I mean,
damage.
he has dealt a lot of damage. Like even the poke coming out from Ziggs was insane. But then Vanquisher on this Nami proving to be like one of the best support. Like this is one of the main reasons why he's like known as one of the best supports from our region, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, like I said, skirmishes they're up by 2-0, and Punchline has to do a lot, right? The picks are not working out for them. The team fights coming out, and also we talked about how this TF this TF generally he had no impact on this game whatsoever. If you look at the damage coming up from our TF mid lane, right? He had only
Yep, yep.
8,000 damage, and even in the previous fight with an Orient, he couldn't do much. Even with this, right? There was no cross map play. There was no ultimate being used where he was able to secure some kill. There were no golden cards as well. Generally, when we look at it, it was only red cards coming out from him, right? So RNG was not on his side, maybe, but yeah, there's a poor performance coming out from Shiro.
Yep, yep. So very well played, and we'll be back, with game 3. Hopefully, it's a quick 4-0 to turn the tides and get a very good revenge on them. of the series is the grand finals. Wild Rift Resurgence, brought to you by Level Up Gaming, and I'm Stark. And joining me for the third match as well, it's going to be Kumar. It's
Hello, welcome back.
so so
So yeah,
third
this has
game.
been an incredible final so far, right? We can just see Skirmishers having utter domination in the game, right? They're just dominating on every lane. They're dominating in rotation. They're dominating in objective, right? So it's really fun to see. So I don't know what Punchline has been thinking, or what's going through their head right now, because they need to ban out some specific champions, or they need to put their rotation on point, right? Because I really want Shiro on this mid lane to step up, right? He needs to step
Mhm.
up and do some damage, or make those rotation that we want to see from a mid laner, right?
Yep,
But yeah, we
definitely.
haven't seen those so far, so I'm expecting to see a step up coming out from Shiro. But yeah, let's dive right into the bans as well. You can see the trash and the Olaf being banned out. I'm not so surprised to see like the trash spec coming out for Vanquisher. But yeah, like said, Vanquisher can play any type of support heroes, right? So
Yep,
let's see
yep,
what he will be going for this time around. And also, not surprised to see the Diana and the Galio being banned out from the side of Skirmishers as well. These are the two bans that we're generally seeing, and the Fiora ban as well. Not surprised at all. So, what do you think about this drafting? Bans coming out from both the teams.
Yeah, I mean, typical bands coming out, they respect band the Olaf and the Thresh because their entire camp revolves around CC, and it was completely countered off. In the band the Ziggs as well, so you have removed that pick because they're on the red side. But they've locked in the Alistar first pick, so the Mook how will be banned. Let's see how they counter it. There's a lot of picks
Oh
that
yeah,
counter Alistar.
yeah. Oh, okay. So they're gonna instantly go for the Vayne, and I'm really liking this Van pick. I really hope and pray that Lulu is gonna be locked in, and would we see a replay of last game from last night? Right, we saw what Skirmishers did, what Skirmishers was able to do with this Vayne and the Lulu pick, right? And also in the first game, Punchline picked the Vayne and the Lulu wombo combo, but they were not able to pull it off, right? But
Hmm.
knowing KL and knowing Vancouver, I honestly feel like they've won the game already. Like I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, Lulu and Van combo, it's too broken at the moment.
Okay, so it looks like they're going, the Jacks in the jungle, which is a very late game scaling. So they lose that early game priority that they had last game with the Pantheon and the Wukong, right? I think the Pantheon book was, executed well, but eventually their, the damage
Yep.
output was not very good, right? They've locked in the Varus, so it's a complete CC composition coming out. But, Vayne Lulu will definitely be able to counter that.
Yeah.
And Jax will get melted instantly by the way. The Ari Charm will land on the Alistar, means he's, dead cow. So good picks coming out. They are using yesterday's strategy against Summoner, and
Hmm.
itemization, getting champs against the Alistar and the Jax. So well played from them. I think the draft is good, and the rest of the bands are coming out. The band, the Garen and the Wukong.
Yeah. And also, we're not also surprised to see the Malphite and the Garrett being banned out. Like, Scrimmages has been banning this for the entirety of 3 rounds, right? In the last banning stages. So yeah, which because of the bans coming out, like you can see the Wukong, the Olaf, Fiora, Jarvan, there the Malphite, Garen now being banned. Also, there is very less Baron lane option coming out, right? So the Darius is gonna be locked in and the Renekton is gonna be insta loved it. So what do you think about this matchup coming out from the Renekton and the Darius?
Well, Baron from the side of Punchline, he's pretty good. He's doing his champions well. I think his draft was the issue where he
Hmm.
locked in, the Mundo first game. He did very well on the Pantheon, Protobelt engaging well on the target
Yeah,
selection.
exactly.
He's good, right? So I think we got to see a good matchup here. They
Oh,
locked in the Vega. So again, they made the mistake from last time. Right? They've gone for CC, but they've gone for very late scaling.
hmm,
Right? The Oriana with what was the champion that they went with? Oriana and Jarvan, right? They had a little bit
yeah.
of champion damage, but now Veigar and Jax will be very weak in this skirmish.
Yeah, and
So
also like yeah, if you look right, if you compare all of these champion from the blue side, like Lulu and Vayne can counter all of these champion, right? Knowing that Vayne, if he buys a QSS for himself, right, the CC is not gonna come out, the Vega gauge is not gonna work, or the Renekton stun is not gonna work, or the Varus ultimate, or even the Jax stun is not gonna work, right? If Vayne has a QSS, right? So I would be really tilted if I don't see Vayne, if I don't see Vayne going for the QSS. If he ends up going for Zonia's, the Stasis, I'm just gonna smash my keypad right in the keyboard.
but I don't
But
think
yeah,
that these guys are going to be reaching the vein in the backline, right? Because they have the Nunu who's going to frontline so well against mostly AD comp here, and the Ari Charm, the Darius pull is all there to help out, because Vishy
I
is
mean,
looking to go in and get his stacks on the front line,
yeah.
the
I
Alistar
mean,
and the Renekton.
if Punchline wants to really commit, right, they should go all in or go home, right? Because Reddington can easily jump on the back line. Like if he has a portable or a flash, like he can just dash, flash, stun, or even Jax can just Q into someone and then like flash jump. Like there's so many potentials, right? Like a lot of things can be done, and even the Alistar he can just go ham. And there's a lot of potential coming out for them to reach the back line. But then the Nunu is going to be a problem. The Ari is going to be a problem, and especially the Lulu. For Team Punchline to come back into this game or to even have a close fight, they need to first take out this Lulu from the battle. Like if Lulu is gone, then they have nothing, right?
Yep.
Like
But I
everything,
think
just falls
they
apart.
have, yeah, they have good. The Vega pick might be useful in the late stages of the game, right? Because maybe with the K's and the ult, if he deletes the Lulu or the Vayne, if he maybe gets the CC on right, there might be a chance for them to win because the Vayne will not have enough time to use the ult and escape. So if that happens, there's a chance of them getting a late game scaling with the Veigar and the Jax right against the Vayne. So let's see whether that works out for them because early game is definitely going to go to Skirmishers.
Yeah, and also here's the thing for Punchline, right? Even if things don't go into the favor, Jax come into the mid game, he can just melt towers, right? And if he has a teleport with him, then he can just easily push, right? So like they might even resort to that as well. But in the as you can see, the both side of the map, Paris is going to be poking out the Lulu and the Van. Like if you look at Team Com, then early game Paris and the Alistar, right? It looks pretty strong, but look at the damage coming out from both Vayne and Lulu, and they're just going to bully them away out of blast. And then it's just not what you see when a Varus and an Alistar has to take.
Yep. They're doing a lot of poke. The Pixie coming out and doing a lot of damage here as well. And you can see that they're looking to get a fight in the Baron side. In the scuttle because Jax is here as well, and Nunu has taken the cross and will be rotating towards the scuttle at 125. So there's definitely going to be a fight. Ari has the push pressure in the mid lane, and Darius is closer to the river here. So it's going to be a fight. Nunu is going to look to get the Chomp Smite here. 1500 HP will be getting it easily. And Jack's trying to get the wolves and still not getting his move of that he'll be probably late for the other scuttle as well.
Yeah, I mean he is already late because as you can see, Lost is already hovering and he's just gonna go take it out. And also we can see the Veigar, he's gonna go back to the base and he's just gonna get the right and so because of that and Jake's not being able to clear the jungle, they're gonna secure both the scuttle. So they have full river control, and we're gonna see again coming out into the bottom of the map. But Lulu,
yeah, Charm lands on Varus, and the first that comes in from the root damage coming out from the Nunu. He's able to escape, it looks like, but the damage comes out from the tower and he's dead. So 2 kills go over to Skirmishers, and Alistar is the recipient of 1 kill here. So 1 kill goes, both kills go to 1 kill on Nunu and 1 kill on Prophet. The Charm lands on the Varus. He just Jack is coming out to the lane and he's getting a lot of damage here. The cage is there, the stun comes, the condemn is there, and the ignite takes down. Ari gets another kill. The rotation was late, but they make the most of it and get another kill here. The Hale is level 5, but he needs to escape because the ultimate is out. The heal comes in at self-today. Nice heal. What the
that was a beautiful play coming out. Like the heal comes out, the shield comes out, and there's no way. Jose Shiro burns down his flash. Like if you look at from his point of perspective, right? That's a short kill, but he didn't realize that the heal was not used, or Lulu still has the shield. And also there was a beautiful gang actually coming out from King of Jungle and Shiro, right? But then Lulu on this Vanquisher on Lulu, he was just able to make sure that the Veigar doesn't come in, and he was able to just zone him away. And so because of that, Jax ended up paying with his life. But there was actually a beautiful condemn again coming out from KL on this raid, right? Like he didn't hesitate to use his condemn, like he just kept it till the last minute, and when Jax was about to stun him, he just condemned him to the wall and the ignite takes him down. So beautiful coordination gameplay coming out from KL, Vanquisher and Prophet.
Yep, the early game damage is definitely here. Already completed his Ludens. Prophet is doing a lot of damage compared to the Veigar, right? And Vayne gets the benefit of the assist, gets 3 assists. But again, in my opinion, the MVP should go to Vanquish already.
Yep,
because insane steal and healing them all in a tower. Then, Denekan has come back. The sun comes in, the charm is there, but Ari is flashing out with The cage is gone. The Jax is jumping in, but the damage from the Ludens is insane, poking them out to less than 20% of their HP is gone. Redemption is there. Darius is also coming back here. But the Nunu looks like is going to come in with the ball. Is there an option for a change? Yes, there's a Nunu. Cage lands on 3 members. Nunu is stunned, but he has the smite shop. Will he be able to get the steal? Is yet to be seen. The Jax kills him, unfortunately, but the Jax is dead as well. So double kill for the Veigar, and Veigar is the last one surviving in the pit. Will the dragon go over? He gets the kill on the Ahri, but the dragon has been secured by Skirmishers, and they get the dragon and win. Veigar gets two kills, but the dragon already is gone.
Yeah. And also, I was really surprised to see like there was a beautiful initiative coming out from Playboy on the Alistar, right? But then Varus and Varus not being able to land his ulti, right? Like if Varus was able to land his ulti, then I'm pretty sure like there was a dead Ahri and they could have turned the fight around. But then the ulti being missed out, that cost them huge. And also you can see Kale positioning like he was so good. He was left untouched in the entire team fight, and because of that they were able to win. Like if you look at Kale, they were nowhere near Kale on this vein, right? And also because of that, he was able to dish out so much amount of damage and ended up winning the team fight. But yeah, if Varus Coyote Stark was able to land his ulti, then yeah, things were gonna look good for Punchline. But Kale ended up missing his ulti. Renekton popped his ultimate, so for the team fight, they were not there. But then if I'm saying like if Punchline is able to utilize the ultimate properly, then things will look really good for them. But then a Blade being burned out in the top side of the map, which means they're just gonna happily dive in.
Yep, they've gotten the Rift Herald way. Lulu is supposed to flash because he thought his red buff will burn down and Veigar was there. But stun comes in, Alistar knocks him into the tower, and the Rift is not enough to take the first tower. Renekton flashes in, gets in with the ult, they get the tower, but Renekton is forced to disengage here. In the bot side, we can see the fight going on. The Jax has gotten an engage here. The Lulu ults himself, and the damage is there, but Vayne is killed by the AP damage coming out from Varus. Varus has gone for the Nash's Tooth instead of in the mid lane we can see the Darius has gone on the Veigar, but the charm lands and the Renekton, the stun doesn't help out much, and the ult comes in. The Ignite will take down from the Ahri, and Renekton is dead as well. They get the bottom lane tower, but the top lane tower and the mid lane tower has already been taken, and Ahri gets another kill into her pocket, now being 4, 1 and 3.
Like, see, here's the thing, right? Even though things look good for Punchline, like in the initial side of the story, like they were able to get 2 kills on the both side of the map, right? But if you look at the top side, they've already gotten the tower plus, they were able to take down the mid lane tower plus, they ended up killing the Renekton. So at the end of the day, this is a huge coming out from Skirmishers overall, right? Or no, like reading the map properly. So,
yep. Yeah, 2 towers have been taken down, and the damage has been coming out. The early game, the Skirmishers have a very good potential, right? They go for the solo laners, they get the solo laners ahead, and after the objectives, once Vayne gets, the Redisi gets 2 items, he's able to carry effortlessly into the late game, right? So this game also the same thing comes from. They get both the Baron and Million Tower, but the fight is going on already. They're going on. The loss, the loss is already dead. Lulu World comes out to help out Renekton. Not my bad. And Varus is going in as well. So they get a kill back in return. 2 kills have been locked down by Punchline, and Bishi and Lost have lost their lives. They've died.
Bishi and Lost has lost their life. That's not actually right. But yeah. But then if the mesh stalls out in this favor, right, then I honestly don't think Punchline will be able to come out into this game. Like, they need some kills. They need to make sure that the Vayne doesn't scale up, and Vayne is obviously going to be scaling up. If you look at the goal coming out from both Vayne and the Varus, Vayne is leading by 300 gold at the moment, and she's going to go back to base, and she's going to come back with another item, most probably the Solari or maybe the Wit's End, because of the fact that they have so many magic damage. And also Varus is going for a natural kill. He is fully committed, and he is going to go for a Rabadons maybe. So what do you think? Like, do you think Epi Varus is better than an Eddie Varus? Like,
definitely not. I think the lethality one is much better now with the buffs, right? Buffs to the lethality item. The Serrated Duck took a lurk in really good, but overall the damage has increased. And in the late game, right, Epi Varus is not going to deal as much to the front line like
exactly. And also his Q, like the only thing that he can do is he can just activate his second skill and with the Q, but then the Q, like that's the kind of skill that can be easily done, right? But then a fight is gonna happen for this Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon is one of the most important games. Dragon is a game, and yeah, you can see a fight. These pops up.
Yep, the cage has been used, the Vayne is stunned, but Charm lands, the Ari Charm lands, and the Varus ult has been landed, the Darius has the ult of the Lulu, and they're trying to lock in for the Dragon. The Dragon has already been secured from the side of Skirmishers, but the fight is still going on. Lulu ult is being used, they've gotten the kill, but Renekton is down, chasing down in the backline. Vayne is still alive, Lulu is still alive, and they get the kill on the Lulu, but Vayne is on very low HP and is forced to lose his life. Lulu escaping on very low HP and gets the kill back. Does he get the kill? He gets the kill on the
Yeah, he
Jax.
gets the
Wow, that Q from Lulu was able to get back a return kill, but this means that they're going to lose the mid lane tower to this Virus and Alistar,
yeah.
and probably lose the Rift Herald as well.
And this Veigar pick is proving to be the pivotal point for Punchline, right? The cages, they're coming in, the damage has been coming in from Shiro, and also if you notice, like Shiro was left untouched in the USP fight, though the exhaust was landed on Shiro, but then they just ignored Shiro and went on for the junglers instead, right? But at the end of the day, they were able to come out with the drag, so that's one thing that they should be happy about. But if Shiro is left untouched in the team fight, then Shiro is gonna be dishing out all the damage in the world.
Yeah, the combo that we know the Alistar and the Veigar are doing, right? Alistar punches them into the wall, and Veigar gets multiple stuns into the cage, right? That's working out very well for them. And Darius receiving Lulu ult, didn't help out so much because he was melted down with Ignite as well. And so they need to be better, I think, targeted selection from the side of Skirmishers.
Yep.
But till
Yeah.
now, they've not gotten the mid lane tower.
Yeah, and also like,
as well.
like we haven't seen Vanquisher out trying to ulti KL on the Vayne, right? With KL, that's the ulti that makes the
Fight goes on in the mid lane, the Kai's lands and the dominating comes out for the Varus, and very stuck in the very horrible position here and will be dying for the Jax. Exhausted landed, lands, but he's very low HP, right? He's supposed to catch out with the Lulu shield. So Shiro is chasing him down, a polymorph comes to help him out and the cage does not land, and another 2 kills go over to Punchline.
Yeah, this is practically like micro team coming out from Skirmishers, right? Which we generally don't expect them to see. Yeah, because that was a team fight, like they had no proper reading of the map, plus it wasn't watered. Whereas you can see for Punchline, right, the mid lane was already watered up and they had no vision on the both side of the map, so there was a blind engage coming out from the side of Skirmishers, and Ari, he uses ulti and then he just gets caught off right here, right? So because of that, because of not having vision, like I honestly feel like they should have gone for the engage right here. What do you think about that?
I think Manu needs to go front. Meanwhile, on the Baron side, we can see that the 5 stacks have been landed. Darius is chasing down the Renekton gets the kill here. He still has the 5 stacks, but the cage, and the ult comes out from Veigar, and he's dead. This is the reason, right? Veigar, I told, this is going to be a very important pick because he's just going to melt out. Darius has reset, or the Vayne has damage with the Nunu ult.
Yeah.
So that is helping them a lot for them. Charm lands from the Ari ult is there to do a lot of damage. Jax is on very HP, and the Ignite takes down. The Foxfire lands down. The Q does not land, and Jax is able to move out to safety. Now on the Baron side, we can see that the Vayne is chasing down the Veigar here. Gets the kill. The Alistar is the last one alive here. Gets the kill with the but he's jumping down on the Lulu now. The CC is there, but they escape. It's a 1-for-1. Gets the shutdown on the Veigar, but Vayne is dead as well. The tower lands in the bot side tower. The Rift Herald hits, and they get another tower for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like Renekton, right? Renekton on Fantasy, like Fantasy should actually try to play safe, knowing that there is way ahead, right? There was only for him to take the 1v1 challenge, or he could have just stalled in a little bit for his teammates to come so that he can survive, right? So because of that, look at the goal mounted on the Darius by Rishi, right? He has 10k goal, and if you look at the overall goal distribution coming out, then Ari has already finished his Morello, the Rabbitons, and the Ludens, right? So things they're gonna be having a lot of damage, plus QSS has already been ready on Vayne, so it's gonna be really hard to kill out the Vayne at this point in time. But
Alistar goes in on the Lulu, very good target with the detection coming here. The Renekton stun lands, the Lulu is supposed to ult himself, and the match has gone horribly. The Lulu is in the mid of the fight, his ult is going to land, but it's not going to do a lot of damage. Ari is trying to out damage them, but it's not going to happen. Vayne is in the backline trying to do damage. He's going to do a lot of HP here. The Renekton is being pulled out by the hook, and the third kill comes out. Alistar is surviving on a very low HP. Jax is jumping on the Vayne, but the tumble helps her out, gets a triple kill. Vayne is online. Vayne is online, and they get the ace, and then they're moving straight for the mid lane
Yeah, and this
inhibitor.
looks like this can be game as well. If you look at the bad timer, we have 14 seconds now, Renekton and the Vega, and I don't think they can make it in time because you can see three cannon minions are pushing into the tower right now, but they chose not to overextend, and yeah, that was a good decision coming up with them. They're gonna take the second turret because if you just now there's six cannon minions coming into the top side of the map, so even in terms of wave management and all, it's in the favor of skirmishers. And also, there was a beautiful fight broken out. Like, I honestly thought that skirmishers were in a really bad spot because Lulu was forced to use the ulti on himself, and also Lulu and Vayne were totally zoned out. But Lulu, Kale on this Vayne with his individual micro display, right? His positioning, the way he used his USS, he was left untouched, and with that, he was able to come out on top. And that is what you expect from a challenger player, right?
Yep. Jax did everything he can to jump on Kale, right? But the tumble and precision from his ult was enough. He used the exhaust also on the Jax, so Jax wasn't able to completely kill him there, and that helped him get a triple kill, which means that he's online. He's got his items. The main items are complete. Solari with Wind and Blade is complete, and he's going to be doing so much damage to the front line now. The only thing that can stop him is the Veigar, but they are locked on the Veigar, early into the fight, which helped him a lot. And now they get the Ocean Dragon, the Cloud Dragon as well, and will be progressing to maybe fight for
And
the
also,
battle.
look at the wave in the top side of the map. So one guy should be
Wait, another fight is happening. Stasis has been used. Lunu is stuck in the cage. The losses are very much. He's trying to go in and use the Albert already killed. Bishi is in some trouble as well. But as Lulu ult saves him, a lot of damage is ticking down, and the Alistar has been burst down by the passive of Vayne. Renekton goes in a little too high. The ult is there to help him. Shiro is on many HP. He's supposed to use Stasis to survive. Unstoppable for Vayne. Vayne has destroyed the backline, and now he's going for the. Oh my god, what is going on? The Varus is very low HP. Vegas is very low HP. One more tumble. Come on, tumble, get the Varus. He's
like,
not able to reach. He gets the kill.
kill. Like, he could have killed the Shiro, but I honestly don't know why he left the Shiro. Like, he saw Shiro's status, and I thought like Shiro died maybe because he just ignored Shiro and he went for Coyote's dark. Like, so that was hilarious to watch. But yeah, because of the massive gold accumulated by skirmishers, right? Even though things look really bad for skirmishers, they were able to come out of top. But Gale on the lane, he was left untouched despite Coyote Star. I mean, despite fantasy on the Renekton, he tried to go in for a kill, but he wasn't able to come out with the kill. And also Varus, I honestly feel like if Varus went for AG, he could have killed Lulu right there, right? But yeah, he went for the epical, which seems to be not working. Yeah, he accumulated some kills early into the game, but yeah, where is the damage gonna come from, right? If your mana is depleted, the auto attack is not gonna deal any damage, right? And also because of that, he wasn't able to kill off Vanquish on this video.
Yep. Two scaling picks are there, right? They have the Jax and the Vega, so they have some damage, but the lead has gone so badly at this point that Vega is going to just one shot anyone who comes in the front line. Nuno took a lot of damage and he was melted, but he soaked up everything that the enemy put out for him, and this means that now they're going to push in with the ban lane minions trying to get the bottom lane inhibitor, while Darius fights with Renekton for control of the last one on the top. They get the mid bottom lane inhibitor. Renekton has finally, Renekton and Jax jump on Bishi. She's able to escape out, but the Nuno snowball is here. The charm does not land, but the eye damage is there, and they get the last inhibitor of the game. And the only thing left is the Nexus. He just barrel in and go for the fight. Now the fight is going on. Jax, the stun is going to land. Lost is very big. The DP is going in for the ult. His ult lands. The status is there. Lulu ult is there to help out the Nuno, and the final death mark has been sounded for the game, and it's game 3. Two Skirmishers 3-0, and they're looking to end the game with a big bang.
Yeah, this is a sweet revenge coming out from it. The statement has been made since game 1, game 2, and even in game 3 with the Lulu and the Vayne combo coming out, they were able to deal so much amount of damages. Like they had, like even Punchline has some really good engagement, right? Like things are looking really good, but the individual microplay coming out from Skirmishers sealed the deal. And also, if you look at the damage chart coming off, Gale on the Vayne, she dealt 32,000 damage, followed up by Profi with 28,000 damage. Whew. This match, like Vanquisher, yeah, in the early stages of the game, he was the highlight, but Kill, the individual play coming out, that was a beautiful game to witness overall, right?
Yep. Wonderfully played, dude. It was, really well thought. And, even though Vay and Lulu ult was never used together, but yeah, I think it only happened once. But the rest of the time, it was just the amount of macro that they executed, and the Wayne's positioning throughout the fights. It just helped them out a lot. And GG, well played.
Yep.
It was very well done, and I think they're just looking to close out the tournament with a
Yep.
4-0 stomp.
Yeah. We will be right back, so don't go anywhere. We will be creating the lobby right
Yep,
now.
I
So
will
yeah.
be, leaving the cast. Thank you all for taking part in this tournament. Please like, share, and subscribe to Level Up Gaming. A big shout out to Baba as well for everything he
Yep.
does behind the scene
Exactly.
with the insane animations. And thank you, Naga, for casting with me today for the
Yep.
finals. It's been really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pleasure of mine. So thank you for casting along. Like, despite having this busy schedule that you have, right? So I'm not gonna stall you anymore. I'm just gonna let you go.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. See
Yeah.
you, see you. I just have to go at 9:15. I have to reach. I
Yeah.
have to leave
Okay.
immediately. Cool, cool. Bye, guys. Enjoy the end of the tournament, and good luck for coming terms. Bye, bye.
Are we ready? Hello, guys, and welcome back to the grand finale between Skirmishers and Punchline of your Wily Resurgence series. At the moment, Skirmishers are leading by 3-0. So if they win this next game, then they are gonna be your Resurgence champions. And also joining along with me is gonna be Nix. Nix, how are you feeling, and what do you think about this match? This has been one of the best series so far in the Resurgence series. So tell us about it. How are you feeling?
Hi Kumar, thank you so much for introducing me to the live stream. Again, I am telling you, this is one of the matches that we were waiting for from a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Punchline did get an edge over Skirmishers back when the upper bracket semi-finals were happening. But I guess Skirmishers, they've come back with a vengeance. And that's exactly what they're showing. They're 3-0 up right now. But again, uh, yeah, I think, punchlines should not be taken very lightly. They are a very
Exactly.
good team. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we are hoping for a comeback from their side. But
Yeah.
from the looks of it, it seems really unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, like in the form of skirmishes, right? If you look at the form coming out from them, the plays, calls,
Mhm.
and all the rotation coming out from them, they are feeling really good about themselves right now. Yeah, so they are in the driving seat, and they just have to
Mhm.
finish off the game, and they're going to become the champion. But then see what Punchline has to say about it, right? Because they're in the finals for a reason, right? They're one of the best teams who has entered into this Resurgence series, so because of that, they're
Mhm.
in the finals, right? So we can't count them out. Yeah, but without
Of
further
course.
delay, let's get into the banning phase, into the drafting phase as well. So if you have missed out on the first few matches, right? So that's a normal ban coming off from the side of skirmishers, right? Diana being banned out, the Galio being banned
Mhm.
out, but now they're going for the Lulu ban as well, and also on the side of Punchline, right? The Fiora being banned out, so that's like a respect ban coming off for Bishi, right? Because Bishi has been spamming Fiora in the previous matches, and they have seen what he can do with this champion, right? So they just don't want to deal with it. Okay, so the first
Right.
slug is going to be coming on, and it's going to be the Ziggs. Tell me something about Ziggs, man, because this is my most hated champion in League right now.
Really, I feel like for me, Ziggs is the most loved champion. The poke that you get, the damage that you get towards the late game is immense. And I think that is exactly what Prophet will be hoping to do. Because if I'm not mistaken, he took Ziggs in the second game and
Hmm.
he dealt a lot of damage. So I think Skirmishers will be expecting the same from Prophet once he gets his hand on Ziggs. But again, Ziggs can be flexed as an ADC and you never know what Kale is up
Yep,
to.
true, true,
So yeah,
true. Yeah,
stay tuned. To that. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, like Kale is the kind of a player like which you can't expect anything, right? Like the expectation level for him is beyond our reach as well, right? So
Mhm.
we don't know whether
True.
it's going to flex, but I honestly feel like this is going to go into the hand of Profit because Profit had a really clean game. And also, why I
Mhm.
was saying like Ziggs, I like really hate this champion. If he's in my team, right, I'm happy. But if he's
Yes.
in the opposition team, then that pisses me off because the bulk damage coming off from him. Plus, Ziggs being there, right? Even though the jungler is dead, if Ziggs is alive, then you're not so sure whether you're going to get the objective or not, right? Because the
True.
amount of damage coming out from him, right,
Mhm.
his ultimate, that's going to be dealing a lot of damage. And also, the
Yes,
trash has been locked in. The Javan is going to be locked in for team skirmishers, and we have seen what Venkasha can do on his trash, right? His hooks are on point, his flares are on point, and he's a playmaker, right? Venkasha is the player to watch out for. He is a playmaker in the team of skirmishers. So yeah, I'm really happy to see this coming out.
of course, of course. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, Brankish is not even going in for his most played champion, which is Leona. So I mean, he's just showing us how vast his champ pool is. He
Yeah,
can play
exactly.
really well on Alistair, on Thresh, on Leona, on Lulu. In fact, in the last game, he
Yeah,
literally got
exactly.
Kale out of out of misery over there and saved him. And because of that, Kale managed to get a triple. So that shows you the variety that skirmishers are coming in with. But again, do not count out punchlines. They are, as you said, here for a reason. They are the finalists. So we will be hoping for a great game, the final one. Hopefully, the
Yeah,
final one.
and also we can see the Nami and the Kaisa pick being played out. So I'm really happy about this pick coming out from Punchline, right? Like in the previous matches, they opted to go for a Kaisa and a Bronx, which didn't work out for them, right? But the Nami
Mhm.
being picked out, so the healing, the shielding that's going to be coming out from the Kaisa and the Nami, that's going to be really insane to watch. Plus, King of Jungle
Mhm.
has locked in the Pantheon, but I think the Pantheon is going to be flexed into the top side of the map. Like, what do you think? Is it going to be a jungle Pantheon or do you think it's going to be
I
because
definitely feel that it might be a jungle pantheon, considering that Jax, in some hands, in some cases, can work really well. Like I think they are showing Jax right now, so they might be going in for Jax top. They might be going in for a split push comp because Nami has that disengage. You have Pantheon with the global ult. So yeah, I mean they are going in for a very balanced comp. Punchlines, but one thing that I feel they are lacking right now in the all three games that they've played is the macro, because in the micro
Mhm.
department they've been
Yep.
doing really well in terms of kills as well. They have been on par with skirmishers, but when it came to the macro gameplay, getting those turrets, those wave management things, that is something that has been lacking so far. So really hoping they can tweak that thing in the fourth game and hopefully make it 3-1.
Yeah, and also the Kathleen and the Renekton is gonna be locked in for Bishi. And if you know Bishi, if you have been following his stream, he picks out, he pulls out his Renekton only a few times. And also the Z is gonna be locked in, so practically that means Fish is gonna go into the top side of the map, or do you think Z is gonna go into the top side of the map? Like this is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really unorthodox pick coming out from the side of team Punchline. And if it goes to the late game, then I'm pretty sure all of them are going to go for the Zonias, right? So with the
Mhm.
help of Zonia's, Fizz ulti is going to be nullified, Z ulti is going to be nullified, right? So
But
if
mind you,
they,
Sonia, yeah, yeah, of course, of
yeah, I
course.
mean Zonia's has a stasis. Like I'm really sorry
Yeah.
about that. It's called
Yeah.
stasis
No,
here,
no.
but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if
I
they
mean,
go for that,
Zodiac
then
comes after 100 seconds. Like it has a cooldown of 100 seconds, but
mhm,
Fizz ult or Z ult comes in about 40-45 seconds at max. So
yeah,
I think that will be something that they have to watch out for. And punchlines,
mhm,
from what I feel, they are just swinging for a home run over here because they have everything to lose for, and I think they want to go out swinging. So probably that is something that they're flexing right now. A Z top pick. That's what I
yep,
consider.
yeah.
So yeah,
It is a topic, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but then here's the thing, right? Coming into the late game, right? If team skirmishes are able to win one proper team fight with a proper use of Zonias, then that's game,
Mhm.
right? Because we have
Yeah.
seen like skirmishes can just close out the game if by looking at the dead timers, right? And also coming to the late game, dead timers are very long, right? So it's not
Mhm.
gonna help them a lot. So, but yeah, let's see. It might be like a statement coming out from them, like we're not gonna go for regular meta picks. We're just gonna go for the picks that we're comfortable with, and let's show them what we can do, right?
Exactly, exactly. I think that's exactly what they're planning to do, and it'll be really interesting to see because if you see the overall comp, it really favors skirmishers. But if the early game advantage goes to the other team, Punchline, then it's all for them. I mean, they can definitely snowball and make the most of their advantage.
Yeah, they have
But
a feast, plus they have a
Zed,
that, and on top of that, the Kaiser is just going to be scaling up, right? He doesn't need to be there in the early stage of the match, like coming into the late or the mid game. Then he's going to be dealing out a lot of damage. So yeah, that's going to be really good. But yeah, let's see what happens.
yeah, in terms of like the mid matchup, it's going to be really difficult for Profit right now, especially after Fizz gets level 5, because that ultimate will be dealing a lot more damage. And considering that Fizz has electrocute as well, so of course you will be getting that electrocute prop as well.
Yeah, and also, but here's the thing, right? Shiro should use his third ability to the finals, right? And also, there is one thing that I genuinely don't like about our offlaner going into the jungle to help, right? Because he comes late a bit, so Bishi might have some advantage at the moment. Because until unless he then is level 3, I don't think he can do much about it. Right? He's just gonna get out damaged by the connector.
Hmm. Right, of course, of course. So, I think the top laner Zed will need a lot of help from Pantheon, especially in the early game. Till the time he does not get that advantage that he's looking for, I'm not sure he'll be of much help against a Renekton, because even if he asks Renekton, I mean, that won't do a lot of damage. And you want to use Zed to take out those squishies in the team fight. And as we were discussing,
Oh,
Renekton does get the first blood, but over here Zed manages to take down Renekton as well. So it was a 1-for-1 trade, and yeah, it's all or
and
nothing for
also
them.
see, here's the thing. Renekton already used his ignite, right? So for this fight, he didn't have his ignite on, right? But even without an ignite, he was able to kill off the Zed, which is a sign of which is not a good sign, right?
Right, of course, and that too, Zed also had to use his ultimate, and along with his not his ultimate, sorry, his ignite in order to get Renekton's kill. So again, Zed only has the advantage till the early game or till the mid game. After that, Renekton will call the shots over here.
Yep. So right now they should just capitalize on the early game, because if you look at the team composition, Bish is going to go in really deep and he's going to dish out a lot of damage. He's already level 5, whereas Coyote Star on his head is level 4 because of the fact that he was the last one to die, so he didn't get the experience, but Bishi was able to get the experience, right? So we can see the level difference already coming out on the top side of the map. And also on the side of the map, nothing is going on much. Prophet is just going to be happy. Like, at the end of the day, he just needs to get his item, right? If he gets his Ludens, if he gets his still Davidoff that gap, then things are going to look really, really good for 6.
I think we might be seeing a gank over here, and Lost goes in, but I'm not sure whether it was a good move or not. I think both of them had to use their flashes to get out of trouble, and without any problem, I think they get out of harm's way. That was a very good gank, to be honest, by Lost, but I think Pantheon at the same time rotated perfectly along with Fizz and Ziggs. So again, no damage done to either side, and yeah, we are squared 1-1.
Yeah, that was a beautiful read of Matt coming out from Punchline as well, right? And yeah, we should know he's gonna die, but then he's gonna come out to the light and can he make it out? No, he does not.
Again, that was amazing play. We are seeing the aggression that we are, used to seeing from Skirmishers. But yeah, it's really exciting to see that Punchline is also retaliating with equal amount of aggression from their side. And at the bottom side as well, we saw that Vanquisher used his ultimate in order to, save Kale from a lot of damage. But again, it's all balanced out right now, though Skirmishers have a gold advantage of about 2k or something like that, and it will be really interesting to see if Punchline manages to take this dragon or not.
Oh, and then Bishi is just gonna go in for the Zed again. He gets the stun, and he had to burn out his flesh. So things are not looking so good for Coyote Star and Zed. And if the match goes in this manner, then Zed would be able to have any effect. Like the only person that he would be able to kill would be a Ziggs, but Ziggs will already have his Zonias by that time.
Right, and over here we're seeing Renekton go in right now. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make a lot of difference, but again, a beautiful Zigzag comes in, and I think Skirmishers are going to take both the objectives right now. They've got the Mountain Drake, and now they will be looking forward to taking the next objective, which is the Rift Herald as well. Again, really good plays coming in from Skirmishers. All 3 games that we've seen so far, amazing macro plays, and here it's no different. They are taking the objectives, they are taking the fights, and also winning them.
Yeah, and also like there was a individual beautiful play coming out from Bishi on this Renekton, right? He got ulted, like he was the first one to be jumped upon, but then he comes back and he doesn't pay for his life, right? But ends up taking 1 kill, so it proved to be really good for the side of Team Skirmishers, and with that, I think they're gonna get the first third. No, they're not gonna get the first third, but the Rift has been used now, and so Bishi is going to be getting all the ball on this Renekton, and that's really good funneling. But if you look at the top side of the map, can they get the kill on this Fresh? I don't think that's going to be the answer, but yeah, they get
Oh my god, they are trying their level best. They burned a lot of resources to get those two kills, but I think everything counts when you have the momentum on your side. But on the other side, we are seeing Bishi get the turret, Bishi get so much of gold for his team, and now I think we might see the T2 also go down. But I don't think that will be possible because Shiro's there to prevent Bishi from taking the second turret.
Yeah, and also the flash comes in from those. He gets the cataclysm, he gets two of them on the ball. The bubble comes in, so with that, the attack is going to be lost now. And Prophet tries to draw this out, and he's going to get a kill on the Kaisa as well. And Coyote, I think he's connected or no, but he's just standing there. But he's going to use his Shadow Realm, and he's going to walk away. But yeah.
Oh my god. I think even Zed was in shock. Like, how did Ziggs get a kill over there? I mean, that was insane. And I know Lost did, lose his life, as Stark said in the last match, but I think it was worth it because Ziggs, which has the carry potential, managed to get a kill over there. So 1-for-1 trade coming from both the sides.
Yeah, and also because of that kill that Kaisa got, like Kaisa is ahead if you compare with the Kathleen, right? He's ahead by 400 gold. But that's not much, but at least at the end of the day, beggars can't be choosers, right? So they're happy. No, I mean they're happy to get whatever they want. Hook has been landed. He's not going to take the hook, and Zed is going to come out to KL, but KL is just going to right out and 1.7. So that's
Red team lost the
Oh my god, we are seeing a fight breakdown right now, and I think they are burning a lot of resources to take down these kills. But I think it will be worth it when they count the number of kills that have come their way. So we saw Zed and Pantheon use their ult along with Fizz to take down Ziggs from the side of Skirmishers. And I think now they have about 2 kills advantage, but still in terms of gold, they're lacking by 3k. So again, a lot that they have to make up for because of course they've lost 2 turrets as compared to 0 turrets. So Skirmishers still in the lead, but I think Punchlines are not giving up as of now.
Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, even though Punchline are getting a lot of kills, right? At the end of the day, if they're not able to get any objectives from that, right? For example, if the dragon was up, then that was going to be really huge in terms for Punchline, right? But then no objective was up, and they were not able to convert it into a tower or anything of sorts, right? So I honestly feel like Skirmishers would be happy to take those trade, right? They burned a lot of resources, but they were not able to push out any wave or take out any towers, right? So at the moment, Skirmishers are happy to take this trade.
Considering that the Yodel Dragon is spawning in about 15 seconds and they do not have their ults up, like Fizz does not have his ult, Pantheon does not have his ult, so it will be really interesting to see which team. Of course, Skirmishers will be forcing out the dragon, but it will be really interesting to see if Punchlines will be contesting it as well or not.
And also, on top of that, if Los is able to have proper cataclysm and if he's able to track 3 or 4 of the members, and also the initiation comes up.
Oh my god, they are going in right now, and yeah, that was a beautiful ult from Lost, and with that, I think Pantheon has got the kill on Ziggs, and the red team is going ham right now. Red team gets a double kill, and I think Skirmishers might be in a bit of trouble, but Lost gets a kill over there, and I think it's a 2-for-2 trade from both the sides. But again, the fight has not ended yet. Bishi is trying to get the Infernal Drake, but the Infernal Drake will respawn. But I think this is a fight for them to lose at this point because Skirmishers still have their jungler up. And yeah, let's see which team. Of course, Skirmishers do get the dragon over there, and I think they will be getting one more kill. And yes, Vanquisher gets another kill, and with that, I think even Zed might be going down. Pantheon is coming in, get a kill, but no. No, Laws does not allow that. I think even Pantheon might be going down over here. And yes, exactly, that is exactly what happens. Bishi does get the kill on Pantheon, and with that, I think the lead has really expanded. That was a beautiful hook. Oh my god. We are seeing such amazing gameplay by Skirmishers all throughout. I mean, this is a final, guys. And if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to like it because this is something that we haven't seen from a very long time.
Yeah, and also we can see individual plays coming out, right? Vanquisher on this track, right? On this track, she's doing so much. You can see the hook coming out. There was actually before the fight, right? Before the start of the fight, Flavor was able to get 3-man bubble, right? So that was a really good initiation. And also, they lost the dragon, so there was no need for the Pantheon to come in, or there was like no need, right? They don't have a jungler, right? And also dying like 3-4 of them dying for an infernal track, like they won the team fight, right? At the end of the day. Because Punchline was able to punch them really hard, but then they ended up coming, and then they ended up giving some kills for no reason when the jungler was down. So that was kind of like how would I put it?
I think it comes down to greed from what I feel. Pantheon thought that there are a lot of possible kills that he can get over there, but that wasn't supposed to be. In fact, he was himself a victim to that whole encounter that happened over there. And over here we might be seeing a fight from Vishy. Vishy has to tank a lot right now, but probably he'll get the kill, and I think he might get a double kill as well if he's lucky enough over here. He is going in, and yes, he does get a double kill. Can he get a triple? It'll be really difficult right now, but he is going in, and oh my god, that was such a close call. Vishy almost got a triple kill over there, but again, Zed managed to make a difference with a sliver of HP remaining.
Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, Related was already so low, and if Coyote Stark ended up dying, then that could have been some highlight reel and do that for you over and over and over again, right? Like what happened with Ryu and Special Moment, like Ryu, we can see him everywhere, right? So Coyote could have been a meme right there, but yeah, he ended up securing the kill and he ended up not giving away his life for that. So yeah, but yeah, beautiful play coming out from Skirmishers overall, like individual plays coming out, right? So that's really fun to watch. And also, I honestly feel like Skirmishers can close out the game, because if you look at the goal deficit coming out from them, like look at the goal. I mean, look at the goal difference coming out from them right now. And also, we haven't seen much of the Feast doing much. We haven't seen Zed doing much. They have 2 assassins, and also we have like, how would I say, like 3 assassins, because Kaisa is partly assassin, right? Despite being an NC, right? But still, then they're not able to take any one of them down. And also, you can see the stasis being popped out. Renton has a stasis, Caitlyn has a stasis, Jarvan has a stasis, except for the Dredge. So this is going to be really, really hard for Punchline to make a comeback into this game.
Right, of course. And considering the type of composition that they have, they need to dive on the backline, and that's exactly that has been missing right now. Again, Zed uses ult on Renton, and that does not cause any difference to him. And with a beautiful zigzag, he almost confirmed Zed over there. And I think using so much of resources without even confirming a kill just tells you that about the gold advantage that Skirmishers are having right now. It's literally showing in the plays at this moment.
And also we can see, like, I want to say a heavy play coming out from them, like they want to get 1 or 2 into the map, right, to feel good about it, right, but it's not coming their way. So we can see some desperate plays coming out from Punchline, right? But at this moment, in this grand finale, like if you lose, you're going to lose this game, right? So they are going to go for this heroic plays, go home. I mean, go big or go home, right? Practically, they're going to do that. So we will be seeing some desperate plays. But if it works out for them, then they can obviously come back again. But at the moment, things are looking really, really bad, because if you look at the goal line as well, we are down to 10k goal difference. So Nick, tell me about this. Do you think they can make a comeback into this game?
Honestly speaking, with all due respect to them, I don't think they can, because the comp that they have, they do not have a scaling comp right now. So what they had to do was, hit them hard early, and that's not what they have done. And again, they are going in blind right now, and because of that, I think Pantheon might be in a bit of bother. And yes, I think J4 has gone in on him, maybe a bit too deep, but it doesn't really matter with the gold advantage that they're having. Kaisa does take down the Vanquisher over here, and Lost might be in a bit of trouble. And yes, his GA is popped right now. Vishy is trying to go in, make sure that he uses ult and goes in, might be able to get a couple of kills, and he is taking them down. He does take down Kaisa over here, and I think he is hungry for more. He might get even a double kill. No, he does not. That was a close call again. But again, great plays from both the teams. They're not letting go. I mean,
that was Skirmishers just showing them, okay, we have so much of goal lead, but there was actually an overstep coming out from them, right? Especially Lost on the Jarvan, right? Like, he could have just stayed back instead of going for the kill, trying to kill the jungler. Like, they could have just secured, because Pantheon has already burned his flash, he has already ulted, right? So there's no way, and also the Blastcon has been used, so there's no way for them to make a steal happen, right? The only way for the Pantheon to steal, he needs to walk all the way into the Baron pit, and I'm pretty sure Thresh is there. There's so many players like who can just make sure that he doesn't enter, right? So that could have been an easy Baron, but yeah, Skirmishers, they're in the lead, so they're just having fun, right? But yeah, that could have been like one of the biggest strokes if Punchline were able to capitalize on those kills, but that didn't happen. We didn't see that coming through. So yeah, that was the
Yeah,
closest thing to a turnover.
again, we are seeing a fight break out in the mid lane over here, and again, loss is gone in. Probably not the best move, but again, Ziggs doing a lot of damage over here, and that is exactly what you expect from Ziggs. That ultimate landed on almost 4 people and got them down to about 40 HP or so. But again, now they're trying it for the second time to go in for the Baron Nashor, and with Nami ult not being there, I'm not sure whether it will help them out a lot. They are going back right now, and I think this is the smart move that they're doing. So yeah,
And
over
also,
here.
I mean, like if you look at the ultimate cooldown, right? Like Nami, because of a little bit of mispositioning coming up for fantasy, right? Nami was forced to use his ultimate, right? And also, if you look at the CC coming out, like only Nami is the hero from Punchline, that can dissuade and engage, or. So she was forced to use it, so that was actually a really costly ultimate. So because of that, they need to stall this out as much as possible and wait for the Nami ultimate to come back live. Because without
Right.
the Nami ultimate, I don't think Punchline can do much of anything. And also look at the damage coming off of Gatling. There was a crit strike, the last strike, the crit strike coming out, and also because of that, Set is gonna go back to that. But you can see on the other side of the map, Vichy is just happy to push. He has 2 cannon waves to help him out, and also he's gonna get 1 turret plate, and he's gonna go. And also because of that, they're able to start off the Baron.
And I think the Pantheon is coming in right now with the Nami ultimate, and I think we might be seeing a good gameplay. No, Lost actually gets the Baron Asher, and over here we might be seeing a couple of kills come in favor of the blue team. Caitlyn gets a double kill over here, and in the meantime,
And you
on
can
that
see
team of
Renekton.
my goodness, Renekton almost finished the game over here, but again, Zed uses his ultimate to make him retreat a bit. But again, good gameplays. We might be seeing the end over here with Vanquisher coming in, and that was a really good gameplay by Vanquisher. A very good TP at the correct time, making sure that he helps out Bishi as much as possible.
Yeah, and with that, Vichy is gonna go for the top, the hook landing, and here we have Skirmishers are your Resurgence champion. Holy crap! There was utter domination coming up from Skirmishers, and this is one of the main reasons why they are your champions, why they are your Wild Rift Resurgence Series champion, right? We saw so many good individual plays coming up from all of them, from Bishi, from Prophet, from Kaya, Vanquisher, Lowe's. It was a beautiful play. Like Punchline, they did whatever they could, but then at the end of the day, a team with better macro and micro wins, right? So that was a beautiful statement. Like I thought it would go to games 5, 6 maybe, but then skirmishes are like, no, we have had it. This is our revenge. This is our redemption match, and with that, with skirmishes as our winner. Next, tell me about this. What do you think?
I mean, it was just pure dominance from the side of Skirmishers. They showed their class today. It was a 4-0 clean sweep. We've never seen that, at least not in the finals. You expected a close competition, as you said.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that did not happen. And I was really looking forward to it. But again, I'm not sad that Skirmishers has won. And again, Punchline, kudos to them for coming here and participating and even moving into the finals. But again,
Yeah,
they got
exactly.
outplayed by a better team.
Yeah, and also this is not the end of the road for Punchline, right? They have met this far, so practically they're in the finals for a reason. They're one of the best in their own region, right? So they're here for a reason. So even later on, we are going to see them. So this is not the end of the line for Punchline, but yeah, let's talk about Skirmishes, your grand final winner, your Wild Rift Resurgence champions. Let's talk about them. They 4 of them. Uh, Punchline were one of the main reason why skirmishes went to the lower bracket, but they come back stronger, and they won the whole entire tournament. Like this is one of the best teams that we have seen so far. They haven't dropped even one game in the finals, and that is very rare to see, right? But yeah, kudos
Right.
to Vanquisher, Kyle, Prophet, Bishi, Lost. They are your winners, and we have witnessed individual plays coming out from all of them, right? And that is what makes this game really really fun to watch, and this is one of the main reasons why skirmishers are one of the best team right now. The coordination coming up from them, the micro or the macro management coming up from them, that was really fun to watch. I really had a fun time casting alongside with you as well for this entire of the tournament.
Thank you so much, Kuma. It was, I felt the same about you. It was great casting alongside you. Probably the first time, and I'm hoping to more such opportunities.
Yep. And also this is not the end this is not the end of Wild Rift India series. We are going to come back with a lot of tournaments for you guys because we know there's so many players who still want the game. We know the game is still not out for us. We are disappointed, but the community gets stronger and stronger, and this is why I love the Wild Rift Indian community. Though we don't have the game, the community loves the game so much that we are able to bring you with all of this Resurgence series, right? And also kudos to Level Up Gaming as well. Thank you so much for bringing us this beautiful tournament, Level Up Gaming, and also behind the scenes, our Baba, right? LevelUp Baba, he is the unsung hero, and so because of him, we are able to do so much. So thank you so much as well to LevelUp Baba, and thank you to all the viewers as well. Because of you guys keeping engaged, talking all with all of us. Thank you for keeping us entertained as well, and also to all the casters who casted along with us, right? Including Nick, Stark, Chief, like there's so many of them, and even Bishi as well. He was casting along with us for so many of the sites. So thank you so much. We'll be seeing you again next time. This is not the end of the road. This is just a beginning of a new chapter, right? So Nick, say your last prayer.
Yeah, I think you said it all. So again, guys, if you still haven't liked the stream, please do that. And don't forget to subscribe to Level Up Gaming because as Kumar said, there is a lot that has been planned for you all. Not just the players, but also for the Wild Rift India audience. So again, guys, this was an amazing tournament and we are hoping to bring you many more like this. So again, this is me, Nix and Kumar signing out for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in and we will see you all very soon.
Yep. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, keep the hope alive. Oh, okay, okay,
Oh,
okay.
wait,
Oh, and also,
wait,
yeah,
I'm not ready
don't,
yet. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah, okay, okay. Don't go anywhere. We have Bishi on the winner bracket, the winner, your grand final winner. So, Bishi, talk to us about. We have Bishi on us, right?
What's up, Koma? How are you? Did you enjoy the matches? Let me ask you first. Did you enjoy the utter domination that was, given in front of you? Did you enjoy
Yep.
that?
Like honestly speaking, I thought like it might go to game 5, game 6, right? But then you guys dominated the reef. Like you guys gave them no chance of breathing room. Like here and there were some few mistakes, but then we can see so many individual plays coming out from all of the team, from Prophet, Kyle, Laws, thank you, sir. Your support plus you on the last match. You got gagged like 3 to 4 men, but you were able to come out on top with a kill. And in the later stages, you survived. So walk me through this. Like, what was the team comp? Like, how are you guys discussing about this?
So no, like we basically had a game plan in mind, and the guy who was in the Gold One account was a Grandmaster player who apparently had sold his account, and in
Mm-hmm.
in that he had played Diana. So we thought let's just ban that out. And this, unlike last time when we played last week, we did not have a proper five. Right, Ishan was not there,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to like play with Vanquisher ADC, and he was lagging. So I mean, we don't want to give
Yep.
excuses, but essentially there were reasons that did not allow us to play at our usual potential. But this time we came prepared with a lot of revenge on our mind as well, because I was like, bro, fair and square, they beat us 3-0. Let's just get our revenge back, right? So, and then obviously, certain things we found out about them, that, two of them were not from India or Bangladesh, which is what the
Mm-hmm.
tournament was
Mm-hmm.
about, and they're playing on Smurf accounts. But my team was like, BC, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कहाँ से भी है, आज तो हमें इनको खेलना ही है. So we're like, fuck it, let's play then. And then, so all of us had like a fire up our ass today, especially because last time when we lost, the guy in the mid lane was like, I was Grandmaster, so he put a GM smiley face. I was like, chal, theek hai. And then even before the game started today, as tournament admins, as I'm one of them, we asked them, just make sure tum log apne main account se aa rahe ho. But they again started becoming very disrespectful. So we're like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just prove it in our gameplay. And then from game one
Yeah.
onwards, I think once we started,
Exactly.
we never stopped.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I
at the
think
end
that's
of
it.
the day, your gameplay did all the talking, and we could see right the sweet revenge. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of you guys might have felt really good starting from game 1, right? Game 1, you guys had the momentum. Even game 2, game 3, and game 4, right? So I'm pretty sure all of
Yeah.
you guys must have been really excited. And like in the future, I hope and pray like we get to see like how you guys are talking on the comms, right? That'll be really fun to watch. Like,
I
are
mean,
you guys? Yeah.
our comms are great when we are winning. When we are winning, I'm all like, Prophet, what a charm on Ari, man. Lost cat tank karta hai, bro. Oh my god, Yash, MVP performance, right? So always really fun in our team जब हम जीतते हैं. The moment we start losing, तो क्या कर रहा है अरे. So but then overall, I think it's still a lot better. This is a very talented squad of 5 people, and the best thing I would say is like Prophet, in absence of Ishan, did a fantastic job in the mid lane, right? Like he's not a mid main, right? वो बंदा नहीं खेलता mid, but he played an
Yep.
insane Ari. He played
True.
very good Ziggs. So overall, I would say that the 5 people that we are, regardless of whether we have comms or not, we're very knowledgeable players about the game, right? So when it
Mhm.
comes to macro, and you'd have seen this in all the 4 games, right? It doesn't matter
Yep,
if you're
exactly.
Grandmaster or you're Emerald, right? If you don't have the brains to play macro, you will always lose. So a lot of the times, even when we were losing team fights, we just won because we rotated or out rotated the hell out of them. It was like, I
Hmm.
think even on chat, people were like, saying this is like literally macro diff in some games, or wohi hua, right?
Hmm.
At this point,
Yeah, yeah,
people
exactly.
need to learn how to rotate and take objectives, and watch a lot of Wild Rift esports would be my suggestion if you want to see how at the highest level it happens. We are nobody like great also, but at least we are a
Mhm.
little bit better than some of the teams right now in India. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And first of all, I totally forgot to say congratulations to you because like I was so hyped that you were coming in for an interview. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Baba was
congrats.
telling me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 exactly. And also, yeah, this is not the end of Resurgence, right? This is just the
Yes.
peak, right? This is just the beginning, right? So, can you tell us something about what's in store for all of our wildlife Indian community, not just India but South Asia as well?
Yeah, so guys, this was the first act of Resurgence. We hope you had fun playing the tournament. Abhi, remember that this is not Resurgence doesn't end right here, right? Resurgence
Mm-hmm.
essentially means you're coming back from the grave, and this is what you want to do with Wild Rift as well. So the next event for you now, little bit of a sneak peek, right? This will not be a tryhard tournament. This will be a very fun event, which means that even if you don't play esports competitively, the next event that we have for you is gonna be like super fun to play. And I'm gonna make sure you guys keep following the World of India Discord for all sorts of updates. But once we are done with that event, I would say then we have Resurgence Act 2 that's happening, and we have another cool event. So the next 3 months, I'm guaranteeing you that we will continue to do these sort of Wild Rift
Mm-hmm.
events, right? So make sure that you guys, if you like playing Wild Rift, and I've said this on my own stream before, if you like playing Wild Rift and you just want to be a part of the community and just have fun events and play with your friends, whether it's competitively or through some other ways, we as the community server, I at this point, I don't really care. But whatever the small things we can do from the community side, Kuma, me,
Yep.
Baba, Prime Sword, and everybody else from the admin side, as well as the community, the people, you guys watching, right? We will continue to make sure for the next 3-4 months we keep giving you events, right? So
Yeah.
अगर तुम लोग को खेलना है तो definitely be on the lookout. And yeah, that's about it. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me on Discord, always available. Yep.
Yeah, and also we are there on Wildlife India community on Discord,
Yes,
Facebook as
yes.
well. So you guys can just hit us up, right? And also remember this, all right?
Yeah.
The community is not. I mean, the game is nothing without the community, right? So thank you to all the community as well, especially to all the players, to all the viewers as well, right? Because of them, the game is still alive, and we're able to witness such insane matches, such insane wombo combos, and see individual plays coming out from all these beautiful players. So you can be that as well, right? And it's easy to find team. Just join Level Up Gaming Discord or Wildlife
Wildlife
India
India.
Community Discord. Yeah, and also plus from there you can find teammates, and also you can get so many helps. Like if you're facing problems, facing using this champion or that, or micromanagement, whatever it may be, people will be there to help. So don't worry about that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's there for our side as well. And inshallah, boys played well. Team is very
Yeah,
happy to win.
exactly. Yep.
We all are like happy because it's essentially our old roster that's back. So, and we hope that in the next big act that happens for Resurgence, we see more teams playing. I mean, I have to
Hmm.
give shout outs to TDT, Runic, Alphabets, and
Yep.
a few other teams who genuinely looked very good, right? So, guys,
Hmm.
continue to
Exactly.
play, continue to form teams. And yeah, I mean, that's it from my side. I mean, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. So that's it. This is the end of the Resurgence Grand Finals, and also we have your winners, Skirmishers, and also thank you so much, Bishi, for joining us and giving us a short interview. Right. So we're not gonna hold you back anymore. You can go and have fun with your team, like talk about it, or you gonna go into the game, or you're just gonna go and chill.
I'm going to enjoy my break. Unfortunately for me, work doesn't stop. I don't really have a Sunday off, so I'm gonna
Yes.
have to get back to certain aspects of work also. But ideally, Wild Rift doesn't really stop.
Yeah.
We will just
Exactly.
continue to play, and I wanted to make a challenger push with 5-man SCA rank, but let's see if that happens or not. Maybe not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
That'll be
if
fun
it
to
does, then
watch. Yeah.
great. Yeah, I mean SCA challenger, either not win trading challenger. Sorry. Sorry. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's all from my side as well. And I hope you guys had fun. Just for
Mhm.
more clarity, whatever prize money I win from this event, I will just give it away. So that 300
Oh,
500
okay.
rupees will be here. I will gift a skin giveaway on my channel
Oh, nice.
for that, because see, for me the money is not there for me to earn money, right? Ideally, it's there to give it
Yeah,
back to the
exactly.
community. Right?
Yeah,
So my
exactly.
earnings or my share of the community prize pool will be given back to you guys as a skin giveaway. So make sure
Okay.
you guys tune in for
So
that.
you guys have heard it. So tune in to BC Stream. He will be doing a giveaway soon, and if you're the lucky one, then you are going to be getting a guaranteed skin from Bishi himself. So yeah, thank you
Yep.
so much for everything. And this is the end of like I want to go on talk and talk and talk, but yeah, everything has like every chapter has to come to an end, right? And also
Yes, they
with
were.
yeah, and also with a chapter coming to an end, we're going to open up a new chapter. So stay tuned, keep in touch with us, and also yeah, thank you to Level Up Gaming for bringing this beautiful event.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you for the next event.